I've returned Ultraman Trigger for his life, Sakura Oni! Our rematch is long coming, and wait, what's that? This isn't an Ultraman Trigger sequel. This is a reboot, a reimagining? Well, am I one of the monsters in it? No. Alright. Okay, fine. Whatever. I guess I'll go back into my underground lair. This sucks. I had the fan music. Guys, stop playing the music. There's no Ultraman Trigger. It's Trigger. No, it's a reimagining reboot for corporate branding reasons. I don't know. Bandai is in control of everything now. It's not the mom and pop shop I used to remember. Shut up or I'll eat you. I don't care. I'm bitter. Hello, everybody. Welcome to this ill-conceived idea of a hopefully weekly show entitled Pull the Ultra Trigger. Now, what is the point of this series? Well, inspired directly by Matt Perquette's coverage on Godzilla Singular Point, I decided to follow in his footsteps and do a weekly show where I just look at each and every episode of Ultraman Trigger. And before I go more into detail about my insane plan, I want to say hello to who is in the chat section. Zillapunk Productions said, yo, Trigger is so good. Yeah, we'll definitely get into that pretty soon. Shay Smithers, he earlier wrote, Raph, you've secretly been an Ultraman all this time. I knew there was something different about you. Thank you. I deeply appreciate the thoughts. But yeah, for tonight's chat, we're mostly going to be sticking to talk surrounding Ultraman and Ultraman Trigger in particularly. So not much in the way of things. But let me bring in my tonight's special guest, aka my good friend Kaiju Noir, who is always with us. So hey, Kaiju Noir, how you doing? Hello? Oh wait, oh yeah. Hey, Kaiju Noir. Okay, now we're on mute. Darn it, it was going so well.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Hey, so to further explain this idea, like I said, I'm ripping off Matt Perquette of Monstrosity. I mean, I'm inspired by Monstrosity's coverage of Godzilla Singular Point. And every week...
And Professor Kaiju's SSSS Dynazenon, don't forget him.
Wait, he's been doing weekly videos on that?
Yeah.
Oh darn. Here's the thumb far away from...
He jumped on the bandwagon before you did.
Okay, yeah, but... Here's the thing, I decided to do this series because, one, the main reason is I want to give myself some sort of discipline from now on. So for the next 25 weeks, or 27 weeks, considering that a lot of Ultraman shows like to take a break off every once in a while, I'm going to do at least a little live stream. Sometimes I'll have a friend over and then we'll watch the episode together. Those will be the Saturday shows. Or sometimes it'll just be me talking about my thoughts on the episode. The second reason is there isn't really much in the way of fan-made Ultraman content out there. Like, there are tons of videos telling you about how Godzilla works, how the Power Ranger franchise is doing.
True.
Yeah, but when it comes to Ultraman,
I guess the closest I can think of is Kaiju no Kami. I think he's the only one who does like consistent Ultraman videos.
Huh. Oh yeah, he doesn't he do like whole series reviews for all the Blu-ray sets?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's the only one I've seen who's like goes in depth with every series.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Which I got to commend him for, because it's not easy to record and edit from an entire like 50 some odd series.
Oh yeah, and to actually sit down and watch those episodes in a row, because
I would say like it's easier probably to watch Gundam than it is to watch Ultraman, because at least with Gundam there's like an ongoing storyline with twists and turns at every level, whereas with Ultraman, which I'm sure you were about to say, is your standard Monster of the Week formula that's never meant to be binge through in one sitting or in several sittings.
Especially when you're watching an episodic phase. Recently, though, I think Ultraman shows have gotten a lot better doing a mix of the episodic and continuous storyline without feeling like we're being cheated, like a lot of the Super Sentai shows where a really cool story or plot line or conflict is set up in the first 5 episodes. Then we just go through the motions, and then maybe in the last 10 or 5 episodes, something, we're back to the main story again. On the other hand, though, there's some things about Ultraman Trigger I'll mention that kind of scares me a little bit. But
and what's that? Or is that more like spoiler talk after we finish watching it?
A little bit of spoiler talk after we're watching this. It's like, okay, I will say right off the bat, I have seen the first episode beforehand. I was honestly surprised in a good way, because as you know, I'm not the biggest fan of Ultraman Tiga, the show that this is based on. So
which of course you're wrong for that.
Yeah. Yeah, Andres is an Ultraman Tiga kid. In fact, he had Ultraman Tiga as his first exposure to Ultraman. I, on the other hand, it's like I kind of got an Ultraman way earlier, back in 1444. No, I'm just kidding. He was
watching it on his own stone tablet as he was as he was crossing aboard the Mayflower on his trip to the New World.
Right. So it's like everyone talks about how great Red King was when he fought Silvergon. I was there when it actually happened the first time. Oh, there was so much Sufflin plants back then.
You were there sliding on his tail like fucking Fred Flintstone.
Exactly.
Yabba-dabba-doo!
So the Naga spaceship appeared and killed all the dinosaurs except for the Dinosauroids, and the Killoroids were my neighbors, and they were assholes. They were worse than the Bumblekins from A Christmas Story. So, but yeah, I'm gonna. We have 6 people watching, so if you guys want to say hello, Shay Smithers also says, I'm friends with Kaiju Noir on Facebook. He's a pretty good guy.
No, Kaiju no Kami.
Kaiju no Kami. Sorry,
we're 2 different people, Raph. I'm not sure if you knew this,
but you're both always wearing the same shirts, and you always in front of the same background. I can't tell which is which.
I'll have you know I cut my hair recently, all right?
Right.
Maybe then I'll clear some of the confusion.
Right. And then it's like, I look at, God, you have the same haircut now. Oh my goodness.
Listen, okay? He pets his Godzilla toys. I pet my Gundam toys.
Damn Gun and Zilla Dog. What? Okay, so... But yeah, nobody really does anything Ultraman related. I have enough knowledge of Ultraman. I haven't seen every episode, despite the fact I've been collecting the Mill Creek DVDs like hotcakes recently. Thank you.
By the way, they just announced today that they're going to put out DVD releases for Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia.
Ooh! Okay, so... Oh my god.
Unfortunately, there's no Blu-ray announcement yet, which is super bizarre because there is a Blu-ray release for Tiga over here in Japan.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking that despite the success we'll see. Well, this might
because so from what I understand,
sorry.
So I was like, what the fuck was that? What's this?
Oh, it's the drunken Bolton. The ruination.
I was gonna say, are you turning into the Yellow Devil from Mega Man Powered Up? Okay. Anyways, so from what I understand, the reason why Ultraman, aka Ultraman Jonius and Ultraman 80, they're getting DVD releases as opposed to Blu-ray DVD releases is because the HD masters do not yet exist for those 2 series here in Japan. And I'm guessing that the reason why Tiga, Dyna, Gaia are made as a DVD trilogy set is because Dyna and Gaia perhaps don't have either one or both don't have DVD or don't have Blu-ray releases yet.
Okay, kind of similar to Discotek and why they release standard definition series on 2 Blu-rays as opposed to...
That's the thing. Why doesn't Mill Creek do that?
Yeah, well, here's the scary thought I had just before you brought... Well, what you said is very reassuring. But I also had the scary thought that despite how much the kaiju community and science fiction nerds in general have been enjoying the Mill Creek DVD releases of the Ultraman shows, deep down, I have the sad feeling that they're not successful enough for Mill Creek to want to continue the Blu-ray versions, and they're going to DVD as to save money. And that
And maybe they're using the Blu-rays don't exist in Japan, and are using that as an excuse.
Well, that too. So, to be fair, though, the 90s trilogy, which consists of Tiga, Dyna, and Gaia, were filmed in regular definition before widescreen was commonplace, so I can kind of see why they're going down that route. And I'm very excited, though, because I really love Dyna. I exceptionally love Gaia, and Tiga's okay.
Wrong.
Gaia's way cooler. Okay.
Does he wear purple though?
Yeah.
I think not.
He's a traditionalist Ultraman, and we got.
I bid you good day, good sir.
You go away with your little.
I said good day.
Good day to you, you silver gone hump and wackaloon. I'll stick with my big silverly shape-shifting boy, Apathy. Yeah. That's like monster from episode 3. So, he's like Talos and the T-1000 if they merged together, and it was... Anyways. So, he's a part of the Liquid Metal Warriors from episode 3 of a recurring threat from Ultraman Guy. You're supposed to stop me at this point,
Man, I'd rather like to watch this train wreck and continue onwards.
All right, Shay Smithers says, I almost finished with watching the original 66 Ultraman show for the first time. Last episode I saw was one with Alien Mephiles. Mephiles. Am I saying it right, or Mephiles?
I'm pretty sure it's meant to be Mephiles.
Mephiles, yeah, I love Mephiles. He's one of my all-time favorite aliens from the Ultraman show.
It's a shame they don't do more with him.
Yeah, but that is true.
You'd think they would make him into like Ultraman's recurring rival and not Bolton.
Yeah, well, I do like how for the majority of his appearances throughout the Ultraman franchise, they do kind of keep the honorable antagonist anti-hero thing, especially in Ultraman Galaxy Mega Monster Battles, the sequel series, where they really made him into a major supporting character, and he does show his more honorable good guy side. Because that's one of the things I really love about Mephiles is he's a villain, but he's not a bad guy. Like if you realize
he may be a bad guy, but it does not mean he has to be bad guy.
Exactly. He feels like unlike most Ultraman aliens who are pretty one-note evil invaders. Oh, I've come to destroy the Earth because humans are inferior and we are superior. Ha ha ha. Smile. Ha ha. It's like Mephiles is like, kid, I'm trying to give you your own world. Don't you want your own planet? So, Ultraman, this isn't working. Let's just stop. So it's like I do like the fact that he willingly surrenders and tells Ultraman, it's like, yeah, maybe we should fight another day. But no, in Ultraman Galaxy Mega Monster Battles Never-Ending Odyssey, the second series, aka the longest title ever.
No, I'm pretty sure that's Mega Monster Battle Ultra Galaxy Legends the movie.
We love you, Japan, but some of your titles, oh my goodness. So no, in the second half of Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battles, he definitely is a major supporting character, and his anti-heroic side does show up, and plus he gets a cool battle armor. But yeah, a big fan of Alien Mephiles. Shay Smithers says, I own Ultra 7 on Blu-ray. I'm looking forward to starting that one. I hope you enjoy it, Shay Smithers. That's the one series a lot of Godzilla diehard fans really don't like because...
Yeah, it's more aliens than monsters.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like almost every episode is almost like a mini Monster Zero. There is a monster and an alien, or sometimes the alien is so cool that it becomes a monster. So,
what if the real monsters, Raph, were the friends we made along the way?
Oh.
Wait a minute.
Yeah. I just adopted Dan Cans. Who did you get? Oh, no, you married one of the dadas. I'm sorry, Andres.
And Kevin Doyen, I'm pretty sure I mispronounced his name, said, Anshama, I think you're wrong, sir. Ultraman Tiga is the best of the 90s Ultraman.
Yawn, I disagree. Okay, so the funny thing about Ultraman Tiga is I can understand why the series is very nostalgic for a lot of people, because it was everyone's introduction to Ultraman after such a long hiatus, because Ultraman pretty much was in the dark ages from 1981 all the way up to until Tiga premiered. Unfortunately for me, there's a lot of things I don't like about Ultraman Tiga. And one of
Because you're wrong.
one of those is kind of the the rushed nature of the whole series.
Wrong.
Yeah, they get into a good story
I'm
groove.
I'm not gonna continue this.
Okay, thank you. I was just gonna do my best to ignore you. Like,
and Shoma stole my mic.
you come back with my mic. Anyways, um, so the thing about Tiga is, yeah, it gets into a good story groove in the second half, but for the first half, it feels like one of those anime shows that they came up with a poster and a basic plot, but then when they started actually producing and animating the thing, they were like, "Oh crap, what do we do?" Oh. A good example, like, there are hundreds of anime out there that starts out, "This is a distant future. We battle an army of evil aliens from outer space." 5 episodes later, the writers and the producers kind of got bored of this thread. There's a human villain we got to face. And Ultraman Tiga does feel that way, especially since the background, or the background lore of the series is so vague that no wonder they had to make. Thank God Ultraman Tiga: The Final Odyssey exists, because it actually clarifies what the hell is going on. Because it's like, again, it's like a poorly written, rushed together anime. It's like, oh, stuff are happening. Will we ever find out? Maybe. It's like Ultraman Tiga. It's like, oh, they're stone giants. Where they came from? Super ancient times. Who's the ghost girl? Super ancient ghost girl. Okay. Are all the monsters from the dark past? Yes. What are the monsters' relations to the Ultra beings? How did Ultraman Tiga end up here? Alien attack from outer space. That's cool and new, right? Thankfully, by the end of the series, and more so in Ultraman Tiga: The Final Odyssey, we do find out that a long time ago there was a kind of super ancient civilization of advanced humans. I think Atlantis even more ancient, that existed in relative harmony and peace alongside a race of living metallic giants. I don't know if they ever make it clear if these giants were originally extraterrestrials who settled on Earth, or if they were always beings of the Earth, just, weird. Like, it's kind of a cool take on the ancient Titan stone giant mythology. And then, of course, a Lovecraftian horror, the known simply as Darkness, led by Gatazola and various giants and monsters who went to the dark side, basically destroyed this ancient civilization. And Tiga, who was originally one of the giants who succumbed to the darkness, fought back against, realized the problems was how big the problem was convinced by Yuzuri, the ancient ghost girl, who we find out later is actually the past life of the lead commander of Ultraman Tiga. So meaning that Daigo and her had a relationship with a superior ages ago. So more power to older women in Japanese fiction. So very super ancient older women in Japanese fiction, because it's Ultraman Tiga. That's a terrible joke. I wish Bertie was here to tell me how bad I'm bombing. And
Raph, you're bombing badly.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that, Andres.
Anyways,
yeah. So, so now Ultraman Tiga turned out to be a big success, leading directly into the sequel series Ultraman Dyna, as well as the not a sequel series, but definitely kind of the third part of the trilogy, even though it's in its own self-contained continuity / universe. Ultraman Gaia, my personal favorite of the trilogy. But now that years have passed, time has passed, blah blah blah. We now know that there was sort of some unfortunate copyright issues with Ultraman Tiga that kind of kept it from circulation on Japanese television and streaming sites. And if you look at the descriptions, you'll see tons of links I've added for tonight's episode, for the previous special preview, but then there's other links of interest. And there's this really good video from Vintage Henshin, a mutual friend of ours through Monstrosities, who did a video called "The Disappearance of Ultraman Tiga," explaining the kind of unfortunate circumstance behind the original Ultraman Tiga and its main star. I know you're way better at kind of synopsing such information, but let's go over the comments quickly. We've got some new people in here.
I did want to bring one to attention.
Okay.
And hey, we got Laura in the chat.
Nice.
Or no, I need to say like Jason Jean. We got Laura Finken in the chat. Okay, so one I want to bring up was one individual mentioned. Let's see, the longest title is Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack. That's cute.
Yeah.
If only you have seen the ridiculously long titles that have plagued modern Japanese light novels and manga recently. In fact, I just pulled up a list right here. If you want to go off on a tangent, that's like 10 manga that have ridiculously long titles.
Go.
It's like, so apparently
read 5 of them.
Yeah. I'm gonna avoid the saucier ones.
Okay, good. Just read the ones that aren't saucy.
My entire class was summoned to another world, except for me. No matter how you look at it, it's you guys' fault I'm not popular. Let's see. What was it? My mental choices are completely interfering with my school romantic comedy. World End. What do you do at the end of the world? Are you busy? Will you save us?
Oh my goodness.
The former top 1 sub-character training diary. A dedicated player is currently conquering another world.
You got your sentences into my titles. You got your titles into my sentences.
Here's the thing. Japanese titles have evolved to the point where they just straight up put the entire premise, the entire synopsis, the pitch. They put the entire pitch make that the title of their series.
Oh my god. I have to wonder if it's just extreme laziness on their side, or is
no.
Just
Actually,
thing to do.
So like I've taught, one of my students is in high school, and she like reads a lot of like published and self-published light novels, and she's mentioned to me that they usually do that to get readers' attention, because most readers are not willing to look at the what do you call it, the plot synopsis of any books, of any light novels description.
Oh, that would explain that one manga I saw, which the title read, "Hey you dope at the subway, buy me, there's sexy monster girls in here, jiggly 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 time."
I mean, that is a lot of these what these titles are.
Oh my goodness. So thank goodness, outside Ultra Galaxy Mega Monster Battles, Never Ending Odyssey, most of the Ultraman shows have fairly simple titles.
HD Turbo Remix.
Oh my god.
No, here's the longest one that I found right now. This one's a fucking paragraph. Okay, here we go.
All right.
My life is just as wrong as I expected after traveling to another world where I'm surrounded by cute girls at a magical high school. And also, I'm the fabled hero of legend. But before I tell you that story, I have to tell you this story, which is, so I was walking along with my unbelievably, impossibly cute younger sister, wait a minute, who doesn't look like me at all, and said to me it was my fault she wasn't popular no matter how she looked at it. As we walked to school together and we stopped to look at the garden, which had flowers. His name,
Is that a joke?
I don't know now.
Oh my god. Okay.
You know what? I'm not sure if this is real or not, or it's possibly just like a gag thing. But
Kevin, Duyan, don't go chasing complicated
waterfalls.
Waterfalls. Stick to the rivers and Godzilla movies you're used to. So,
but yeah, like Mega Monster Battle Ultra Galaxy Legend the movie, or Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack, that is nothing compared to what Japan pulls out, what Japanese writers pull out of their asses these days.
Yeah, and let's
just to reiterate, this is mainly a thing in order to better gain an audience.
Right. And let's see what else. What else do we have in the comments, Mr. Andres? You're good at reading them.
Shay Smither says, I'm cool with aliens. They're usually a good, personal, philosophical threat to Ultraman, and I'm a Doctor Who fan too. Don't do it. It won't really be an issue, I don't think.
Okay. Yeah. Well, to be fair, I think the aliens of Doctor Who are like the aliens of Star Trek. They're way more like characters, and they're just, standard, nothing background dressing, or just, one-dimensional threats, which is something that a lot of, like, I think early Ultraman, Tokusatsu, and to a lesser extent Star Wars kind of suffers from.
And Laura Finken says, it looks like Randy Marsh is cosplaying Ultraman.
Oh. Okay, so that's supposed to be me as Ultraman. It's a funny story behind this.
Are you secretly Lord?
No. My god, I do look like Randy Marsh now thinking about it.
Sure.
And I'm a geologist, damn it. No. The joke was I have these old VHS tapes that I bought from a long ago convention back in 1997. It was the first couple episodes of Ultraman Trigger with original commercials from the Japanese airings in there. And they had like these one commercials where a little kid is in his like basically a onesie Ultraman outfit doing his playground fighting. And it's like, oh, then I'll just base a dumb little icon after that. And I figured it's better to have a little Ultra Trigger Raph mascot than just just boring photo pictures. And also, I don't want to confuse actual people who love Ultraman with like, this isn't to Tsuburaya's official nonsense. What's going on here?
Right, imagine people come in thinking that this is the actual episode.
Yeah, exactly. So, by the way, thank you, Shay Smithers, Kevin, and Laura for joining us. And we have somebody I've never seen before, Don Gamer Guy.
Like Don DeLuise?
Yeah. You're alive! We love you, man!
Fightful! We have to fight the Ultraman Fightful!
Now get into the Megas with your son and fight evil. Okay, so he said, go ahead. Again, you're really good at reading comments.
There's more?
Yeah. From Don Gamer Guy.
Let's see. Well, he just said SSSS Godzilla and Shinkalion. He's just saying things. He's just saying things.
Yeah, Shinkalion, by the way, is that popular mecha train. Yeah, and its movies titles are infamously terrible.
Let me look up that Shinkalion the movie title.
Oh god, the one with Snow Godzilla, the not Snow real Godzilla,
and Hatsune Miku and Evangelion.
Oh my, they're all in the same movie.
I believe so. I know definitely Hatsune Miku, but I don't know if Ava's there. I just know that it's on the poster.
Okay. So while you look up the title, I'll quickly go over in the description, there's quite a bit of links for you guys to check out after the show's over. But if you're wondering where we have the first episode of Ultraman Trigger, as well as the special preview episode that Tsuburaya released last week, which is a nice primer. Go on.
So, Shinkansen Henkei Robo Shinkalion the movie, Mirai Karakita Shinsoku no Alpha X, or as it's called, Shinkansen Transforming Robot Shinkalion the movie, the swiftly Afblacks that came from the future.
Jesus Christ Almighty, no. Okay, so if you look in the description of this video, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see other links of interest. There's the disappearance of Ultraman Trigger, which goes into good detail on why the original series is not very easy to show on television, and probably the main reason why we're getting the Ultraman Trigger as a reboot replacement, so to speak. Vintage Hessian also has a great video called The Secret History of Ultraman on American Home Video, which is a very enlightening look back at the dark ages of Ultraman and their multiple attempts to try to get Ultraman to the United States before eventually finding success through YouTube and Mill Creek. This really has nothing to do with Ultraman, but Welcome to the Basement, a really good review riffing series. Recently looked at the Green Slime, and they enjoyed it quite a bit, surprisingly. Then there's a link to Brands and Films, our friend Brayton Connor, who we did a bunch of fan episodes related to Mystery Science Theater, our own takes on the Gamera movies that were never riffed on the show, or at least not until recently. And if you love Gamera, Mystery Science Theater, and really, really good fan productions, me and Andres worked on these along with Brayton. We're very proud of them. And for the first time ever, I have 3 Kaiju Noir links. We have Primal Warrior Draco Zool on Comixology. We have Primal Warrior Draco Zool on Amazon. There's a link so you can buy them from either website. And then, of course, we have the official Facebook page to Draco Zool. And then, of course, there's various links from ENSHOHMA. There's my DeviantArt page, my official Facebook, my official blog, and 2 links if you want to send me money. So, okay. And let's see what we have in the chat before we get into our discussion on... Okay.
So we have Kevin who says, if this stream is a modern Japanese manga title, Raph and Shoma and Andres Kaiju Noir Perez talk about Ultraman Trigger and goes into tangents with overly long manga titles.
Oh my god, I wish I knew that ahead of time so I could name this episode that.
Oh, by the way, there's a manga that I've been reading called Red Ranger Becomes an Adventurer in Another World.
Right. Is that any
It's literally about a Red Ranger who becomes an adventurer in another world.
Okay, is it any good? Because I'm afraid it's going to be like
Hell yeah, it's really good.
okay, because
It pokes fun at all of the goofy shit that goes on in Super Sentai and Tokusatsu in general, but it's like it's coming from a fan. It's not like from a mean spirited place. It pokes fun at a lot of the Tokusatsu henshin hero genre tropes with love. It's a series that easily comes from a place of love.
well, here's my real question because
Yeah.
I know the plot is that a Red Ranger from a Power Ranger type Super Sentai series ends up in a fantasy world. But
Yes.
is it like that terrible isekai military anime Gate where the military goes into the fantasy world and nothing in
Oh
the
no,
fantasy
no.
world hurts them?
Oh no. The Red Ranger definitely gets his ass kicked a few times.
Okay, because I like when I see like shonen tokusatsu fantasy, I kind of want everybody equally matched.
Oh
so
yeah.
we can have
Oh
some
no,
good
don't worry.
fights.
He's already found a rival a rival swordsman who's like as powerful as him.
Okay, and more to the point, I want to see that giant robot dragon fight mythical monsters.
And just like in Super Sentai, he needs all his teammates' power in order to fully utilize his strength.
Okay, all right.
Because like it parries the whole idea of like teamwork and friendship winning the day. So he's constantly shouting about bonds and friendship and togetherness, and everyone's like, "What the fuck are you saying?" Because that shit really doesn't happen in fantasy stories. It's like we don't gotta combine our strengths. I mean, we use teamwork, but not like literally.
Oh my god, this sounds even better than a date movie.
my favorite gag from Red Ranger Becomes an Adventurer in Another World is so like the girl there's this wizard girl who becomes his I guess his clan partner person. So like she's able to pull up a bunch of stats like an RPG, like strength, like attack, defense, magic, weakness, all gear. So she tries pulling up his stats, and it's the kind of stats you would see on like a vinyl toy that's like height, weight, power, and she's like, what the fuck is this? Height and weight? Who gives a shit about these stats?
Oh god, that's funny. I honestly hope that the series remains pretty good and gets a decent anime adaptation because more the merrier.
Sure.
Yeah, we've been doing shockingly well as far as anime kaiju related anime because we had Godzilla Singular Point, despite how angry certain Facebook groups are behind that series. SSSS,
the real triggering right here.
Yeah. SSS Dyna Xeon series wrapped up, and it's the like you and me joke, it's the best season of Power Rangers has never had. So
yes.
Okay. We currently there's the Getter Robo Arc anime that just
I saw the first episode. It's amazing.
Yes. I think I may bite the bullet and actually bite the Buddha. I mean, I'll bite the bullet. They are fighting an alien race of like Buddhas, right?
That's new Getter Robo.
Okay. Sorry. So I can't keep all these evil empires in check. So, anyways, I'm gonna bite the bullet and check out that sometime pretty soon.
We could do that right after we do the stream.
Maybe, but I know our friend Breakton wants to talk with me for a little bit, so all right. And
we'll force him into Getter. We'll make him believe in Getter.
I wanted him to come onto this stream, but he was like, no. It's like I like his indifferent, flippant nature towards the kaiju genre. It's much more refreshing than try showing this stuff at a comic shop, and it's like, oh, is that one of those terrible Chinese cartoons? That kind. Thank you,
He's
Manhattan.
Like, I don't know, Ralph. I don't want to watch Ultraman.
Ultraman,
who in a stupid purple spandex.
Yeah, it's like Ultraman's fighting a monster. Is this Iron Man? Is that the joke?
No, that'd be Bill there. Ultraman, he's a robot, right?
Oh god, that is. I've gotten that question plenty of times. No, the majority of Ultramen, ladies and gentlemen, they're just giant metallic skinned aliens. So they're believe it or not, they're flesh and blood and related to us. Distantly.
Who might be robots, right?
No. Okay, so all right, let's check out the comments before we go any further.
We have Steve who says, VHS tape. Shames they have a habit of degrading over time.
True.
He also said, yes, Primal Warrior Draco Azul, buy it for your tablet, buy it for your phone, buy it in physical, help an indie comic writer out, and just buy it, damn
Right.
it. He said, I just watched all of Singular Point, and I think it's an interesting take on Godzilla. Sad, though, about what happened to Anguirus.
Yeah,
yes.
Anguirus should have survived a little longer and been like a monster ally. It's like I really was hoping he would just show up in the last episode, but the prologue of the series would have been perfect if we saw Anguirus just hiding in the woods again, and he's okay. He healed somehow. So
I got better. Kevin said, "Yas, General Arc is hype." And we have Shay Smithers who says, "Dang it, Brayton, give Ultraman a chance." And he says, kind of off topic, Kaijinoir, what series would you like to see in Super Robot Wars 30? I have heard rumors that Gridman is going to be in there, so I certainly hope that's going to show up if the rumors are true.
Yeah.
And if anything, I would love to see Jew Ranger show up because Jew Ranger did appear in the mobile game Super Robot Wars Cross Omega. So I'd love to see that show up. Godzilla showed up in Cross Omega. I'd like to see him show up there as well.
Gunhead also showed up in Cross Omega. So
Laura said he's going to say Draco Azul. I'm not. Who do you think I am, Laura? Some overrated artist who crashed 2 panels at a recent convention.
Oh my!
Who tries to make the whole panel about himself?
Let's not get into it. All right, we're gonna be watching Ultraman pretty soon, and we're gonna let the light shine, and we're gonna enjoy it. So, but before we do, Andres,
yes,
did we talk about your thoughts towards Ultraman Tiga? How you got into it, and your how much of an impact it was on you as your first Ultraman?
Nope.
Okay, good. So, just kidding. Okay, so let's hear your thoughts towards Ultraman Tiga.
He's like, good. Anyways, moving on.
Screw Ultraman Tiga. Okay, we'll hear about your thoughts on Ultraman Tiga.
Sure.
Then we'll talk about Trigger before we get into actually watching the episode Trigger with all you fine folks, because it's currently free on YouTube.
So I ended up seeing Ultraman Tiga way back in 2004 on the Fox Box, which was a Saturday morning block that had at the time recently replaced the long beloved Saturday morning block Fox Kids. And one of the first series that showed up on the Fox Box was Ultraman Tiga, which was very surprising because for the most part, as far as I could remember, Fox Box only ever did like a 4Kids production, and they released a bunch of their own dubs of Japanese, American, and French animated television shows. I remember there was like Kirby Right Back at Ya, TMNT 2003. What was it? Fighting Foodons. I think that was part of their other shows. The Winx Club was also part of it. Funky Cops.
Yeah.
But yeah, among them, Ultraman Tiga was very surprising because it just was like unlike anything they ever had. I heard rumors that the reason why they included that was because the Kirby anime apparently had a Tiga reference, so they licensed that show just to have that reference make sense. I doubt it. That seems like way too much of a stretch. But anyways, the first episode of Tiga I ever saw was the one involving what was the name of the zombie monster?
Oh, I think it was C. Larzar or something like that.
C. Lazar maybe.
C. Lazar,
and it was such a unique, awesome, like fantastical, and yet at the same time serious and gritty show. And like, despite the like sort of goofiness with the dub, like we're called Guts, and therefore we're going to clean up that monster's guts. Sir, when I signed up for the organization, I didn't think we'd ever have to take its name literally. That's the one line I remember from that dub.
Oh god,
because it stood out to me that much as a kid.
Yeah, C. Lazar, that's the name of the monster. So he's an undead kaiju who washed up on the beach, and it turned out he was very much alive. So it's never made clear if he's one of the ancient monsters of darkness or one of the more recent horrors that our heroes have to face. So
okay, and so seeing Ultraman Tiga, I was like, oh wow, this is like Power Rangers, except it's one Power Ranger who is his own Megazord, essentially. That was my thought process as a kid. But it was like 2004, so I was 12 years old when that came out. And ever since then, I ended up coming across the original Ultraman series on DVD. And I was like, oh, wow, so this is a thing that's been around for a while. And eventually, the first Ultraman media I ever got my hands on prior to Ultraman was Ultraman Fighting Evolution Zero. I emulated it on my PSP, and that's why I learned about the rest of the Showa Ultraman, as well as Ultraman Mebius. Cut to a couple of years later, around 2010, when I started college, I started really getting into Ultraman. I found this one website that had a boatload of download links to a bunch of Ultraman series and movies and specials, and that's how I ended up getting into Ultraman Mebius, Ultraman Max, Ultraman, a lot of the recent Ultraman movies like what was it called, the Super 8 Ultra Brothers, Ultraman Mebius the movie, Mega Ultra Galaxy and the Ultra Galaxy movie, the Ultraman Zero movie. So yeah, it was like Tiga was the one that Tiga, and then later the original Ultraman 66 were the two shows that really captured my interest in Ultraman, because it reminded me so much of what I loved about Godzilla and Power Rangers. It was like the perfect fusion of Godzilla and Power Rangers. And so it's kind of like got like a little bit of everything that I could want in a franchise. So yeah, and to this day I still dearly love Tiga, and I still think it's still one of my like favorite television shows ever, and it does hold a incredibly special place in my heart.
I'm not going to say anything cynical, because I had a similar experience with Ultraman Towards the Future. That was my jam. And even though a lot of people hate Ultraman Towards the Future, that series still holds up beautifully for me. And its monsters are considerably obscure compared to the likes of Red King or Silvergon or Bolton. Yet those monsters are right up there with the main Godzilla monsters, as far as I'm concerned. That's how much.
Now here's a question.
Yeah,
I was gonna say. Now here's a question. Now, did Ultraman Towards the Future ever get released on Fox Kids? Because I hear some reports about that. I'm wondering if I ever saw it, but just never remembered it.
It was okay. So here's what I understand. Ultraman Towards the Future was mostly a syndicated show. So it showed up in a lot of different markets on a lot of local networks, but never on the main network. So if it did show up on Fox Kids, it was probably either a really short run, like maybe a handful of episodes before they got rid of it, or
like maybe like before the Fox Kids block.
Yes, that was good. That was the second. No. It was.
Yeah, even Laura's asking, was Towards the Future the one that was on Fox Kids?
Yeah, no, Towards the no, I think Tiga was on Fox Kids, but if Towards
Fox Box.
Fox Box, yeah, that was on the Fox Box. That was after 4Kids bought Fox Kids and everything went to hell, and Saturday Morning died a nasty death. But no, Towards the Future, if it did air on the proper Fox Kids, it was either, because it was only 13 episodes, so either it was a very short run that everyone basically missed, or that maybe it was a lot of syndicated stations, a lot of local stations across America paired it up after or before the Ultraman Towards the Future show, before the Fox Kids Saturday morning shows. Sort of like when most Saturday morning cartoon blocks, they're their official nationwide version, but then once they hit 11 o'clock, they'll show a bunch of like outside programming that's somewhat kid related, but not a part of the main programming. It's all sorts of confusion, but basically, it was kind of a shit show as far as Ultraman Towards the Future was concerned. Just to be seen in America. Me and my brothers, we barely knew the show existed until like 2 days before it aired on a Sunday. It was an early morning. We were watching Ninja Turtles on our local channel 13, not KTLA, KCET or something similar to that. And suddenly this commercial came up with just the word Ultraman like forming out of an explosion. And all of a sudden we saw this giant red guy in red and silver fighting all these monsters, and we're like, is that Jet Jaguar? But it was a pretty cool commercial because it was just the fight scenes with that epic music. And the monsters look so, like, we were used to kaiju from the 60s and 70s. We didn't even know they were still making Japanese monster movies back then. In the 90s. So when we saw like these really cool, fearsome looking monsters, it's like our minds were blown. And it's like Ultraman Towards the Future this Sunday at 11 o'clock. It's like, this Sunday, holy crap. And I still have the original VHS showings of those, But yeah, I too was one of those people who assumed he was going to be a giant robot. Me and my brothers even play acted like, we need to activate the Ultraman, go forth and fight monsters. Only to have the first episode's like, Ultraman is an alien from another world. It's like, our minds were even more blown. Like,
Due to the Earth's pollution, Ultraman can only stay active for so long. I remember that narrator.
Yeah, that okay. I miss narrators, especially when they're that epic sounding. So it's like, our heroes go to investigate the orphanage, not knowing the Gudis already has control of little
anime tends to
Junie.
anime tends to do narrators a lot. I think.
Yeah, well,
They still do that.
yeah. And there's nothing wrong with having a narrator kind of just guide the audience and let them know what the hell's going on. But nowadays, it's like everyone's so against the idea of narration or even basic exposition that now you have to buy the spin-off manual that may or may not tie into the main movie. It's like, don't I miss the days when a character could just spend like a couple seconds explaining what the hell's going on instead of like, oh, it's Marvel movie style vagueness. Oh darn it, the Hollywood has become as bad as anime. God damn it. It's a full circle nightmare jerk.
Let's see. We have Laura saying, Jesus, I had that typed as you said it. Shay Smither says, I heard Towards the Future is really preachy with its messages. Is that is that why it tends to get some hate?
The series did come out. Okay, there's a lot of environmental
this did came out around that time when everyone was all like going nuts over the quote unquote hole in the ozone layer.
Yeah, and back then when the majority of people were actually more than happy to believe in the existence of the hole in the ozone layer. This was the time when Captain Planet was being made. This was the time when you find environmental degradation subplots and tons of science fiction. Absolutely nothing wrong with that, as opposed to today where now it's like real global warming problems are being treated as fiction by real news networks, CNN included. It's not just the people on the right, and it's goddamn scary. But yeah, I can understand why a lot of people can't stand the kind of environmental messaging. Granted, the Ultraman Towards the Future took place in the not too near future where everything was kind of going to hell and there was monsters popping up everywhere. But I don't know. I think the main reason people just don't like Towards the Future is because, one, it's a little too dark and serious for its own good. Nowhere near as bad as, say, Ultraman Nexus, which goes into some really nasty Evangelion nonsense. Territory, I should say. And also, I think it's just because, like, the show is so Australian that a lot of people are just offended by the accents. So...
You're like, they're not speaking American.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know why people...
my only issue with Towards the Future is I don't like the fight choreography. I think it's a little simplistic, slow, and sluggish for my taste.
Oh, okay, yeah, I can see where, especially compared to like Ultraman shows, but like Ultraman 80 had.
I like it when like when the Ultraman fights gets down and dirty, and I know how dirty that sounds, but you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. It's I'm not going to do any horrible jokes right now. But yeah, I can understand because, yeah, I think that's one of the big problems I keep hearing from kaiju fans. Every time they watch Towards the Future, they say the fight scenes are too slow. And yet, I think
then I watched Ultraman the Ultimate Hero.
Yeah, again, kaiju fans, I know you think Godzilla's Revenge is the worst movie ever made. But you haven't seen Space Warriors 2000, a movie that makes Gamera Super Monster look like...
I'm Mr. Bad!
I don't like you. So there are worse giant monster movies out there. I remember... Like everyone assumed Pacific Rim was the worst movie ever made, and then came Atlantic Rim, and nobody gave Atlantic Rim a time of day until it was a Mystery Science Theater episode, and then all of a sudden I had tons of emails and private messages saying, "ENSHOHMA, I had no idea how bad it could get." So yeah, there's always something worse, and yeah, I will take Ultraman Towards the Future because even knowing the fight scenes are not very well choreographed, and they are a little slow and plotting, at least they have kind of
Hogging.
Yeah, I don't know what word I'm trying to find there. At least they have a kind of epicness and a feel that these are giant beings fighting each other, as opposed to Ultraman, the Ultimate Hero, the unsold American-produced series from the people who brought you Puppet Masters 4 to 5. Which with this, oh god, the fight scenes in that are way worse. Like, they don't even use slow motion half the time. The monster suits, despite being very impressive looking, are obviously made out of a very weaker material, so Ultraman can't really do anything. And the oh god, the music is good, but the sound effects, it literally, you don't get the feeling you're looking at giants fighting. You get the feeling you're looking at a bunch of drunken dudes in monster suits fighting in your backyard. So it's I'm sorry, like the battle between Ultraman and the two Red Kings and Ultraman, the Ultimate Hero, or Ultraman Powered, is very reminiscent of those viral videos you watch of people in Tyrannosaur inflatable costumes running around. So okay, but yeah, those are our thoughts on Ultraman Tiga. Unfortunately,
Yes.
yeah, we're not going to go too much into it, but yeah, there's a major reason why Ultraman Trigger exists. It's the 25th anniversary, or the 10th.
Yeah, 25th anniversary, because it came out in 1996.
Yeah, it's the 25th anniversary of Ultraman Tiga, and instead of, so to Tsuburaya wants to kind of directly, darn it, directly reference it. Yes, there we go. Directly reference it with a new series, as opposed to like Ultra 7's 50th anniversary, where we didn't really get anything other than Ultra 7 Zero and a bunch of Ultra 7 aliens being major characters in Ultraman Geed, which I appreciated, but at the same time I kind of wanted to see a kind of revisit of Ultraman. Ultra 7, I should say. However, it turns out, much to everyone's surprise, this is not a sequel series to the original Ultraman Tiga. This is basically a reboot, reimagining, retake on the original series, as you'll see in the first episode. And I think that's probably their way to have their Ultraman Tiga cake and eat it too, without worrying about the insane rights issues that kind of plagued the original Ultraman Tiga. Which, again, the series was made in a rush, so Tsuburaya had to kind of sell its soul to a casting agency. And again, check out that video, The Disappearance of Ultraman Tiga, when this stream is over. It's very eye-opening. It kind of shows you some of the skullduggery that happens in the Asian entertainment business. So, but yeah, we're going to be watching Ultraman Tiga. You guys can join us. As you can see, I'll share the links. Hold on, I'll just share it right now. So, let's just finish off reading the comments. Mr. Andres, will you do your magic you do so well? Your voodoo.
you mean the magical ability to fucking read?
Hold on, I'll read. Oh god, it's all numbers and shapes.
It's just nonsense. No, it's just like that reaction of JonTron when he's trying to read his comments in an early video of his. He's like, ah!
Okay, so
let's see. Kevin says, my first Ultraman was Tiga as well. It is being shown in the afternoon on a local channel here in the Philippines. I skipped the afternoon flag ceremony just to catch up on Ultraman Tiga and Daimos.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Yes,
it's like, screw patriotism. Ultraman all the way.
Yeah, also a big shout out to Daimos, if you're Tosho Daimos, which is coming to America.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Soon. Yeah, it's
real. Oh yeah, that's right. That show's coming to America.
Yeah, I am so excited. That's like one of my all-time favorite Super Robot shows, and I've seen almost every episode unsubtitled that when it used to be on YouTube all over the place. So
sweet.
Yes.
Zillapunk says, Towards the Future is 1,000% better than Ultraman the Ultimate Hero.
Thank you, Zillapunk.
Heisei Ultra 7 has way more preachy messages.
Yeah, although okay,
yeah.
Let's not talk. We're going to go down a giant rabbit hole of light if we keep talking about the Ultraman. But keep going.
Steve says, Captain Planet, says Ted Turner.
Yeah, so
Laura says, isn't there an ozone hole over Australia? Steve says, I thought it was over Antarctica. Laura says, that Ultraman ate my dingo, who in turn ate my baby.
So
that's not a kaiju, this is a kaiju.
You know, that's another thing about Ultraman Towards the Future I love. They actually incorporate Australia into the narrative. For crying out, the 4th episode basically has kaiju-fied Tasmanian Devil as the main villain, and it's fantastic. I love you, Daganja. So
Warrior says, I think Towards the Future was my first Ultraman. I remember seeing it on TV back in the day, but then when I was but a wee lad.
So hey, Warrior Keen, it's great to see you on one of our streams. So
And Warrior King finally said, but I also remember Tiga being on TV back in the day, plus watching the OG Ultraman on video cassette.
Oh yeah, at the very least, the first 4 episodes of Ultraman were released on American home video through Expressions Through Animation, part of Ultraman's 30th anniversary, and I have that VHS set. It's really good. In fact, again, if you look at the links in the description, you'll see the Secret History of Ultraman on American Home Video. They actually go into more detail about that release. But it's a shame
Nice.
because I think they had plans to release the rest of the series on these special VHS tapes, but nothing ever came of it, unfortunately. So it's a damn shame. So okay. All right, I shared the link to Ultraman Trigger Episode 1. You can see it just before Zillapunk says, didn't Ultra 7 have a cameo in Cartoon Planet? Oh yeah, Cartoon Planet and Space Ghost Coast to Coast, which were basically spin-offs to each other. Space Ghost showing cartoons and all that. The staff of both series, William Street, in its early days before they became the creators behind almost every show you see on Adult Swim, they were big fans of Ultra 7 when it used to air on late night and early mornings on Turner network television.
Broadcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
TNT. And me and my brothers, we were big Ultra 7 fans, so much so that whereas Kevin would skip the flag ceremony, me and my brothers would skip sleeping before school, waking up at 3 a.m. just to record episodes of Ultra 7. And we have those old VHS tapes too. In fact, I'm thinking of digitizing them and uploading them on YouTube sometime in the near future. So, but yeah, Ultra 7, the creators of Space Ghost Coast to Coast and Cartoon Planet adored Ultra 7 and used any opportunity they could to throw in more stock footage of Ultra 7 into any of their shows, especially with their vacation spots of the universe, which just takes random footage from Ultra 7 episodes and it's like, this is the Captain Barnacle's underwater sea kingdom, and then they show footage of a giant octopus monster Gyros attacking, and there's Captain Barnacle himself enjoying the waves and attacking ships. So yeah, there was a lot of Ultra 7, and even the unsold Brack show pilot, which was going to be a variety show starring Brack as opposed to what we eventually got. They threw in a bunch of little Ultra 7 characters in the crowd, just for the fun of it. So, okay, and let's finish off the comments here. So,
Let's see. Zilla says, no, Shay says, yes, that was my first exposure to Ultraman, I guess in reference to Cartoon Planet. And Warrior King finally said, I don't want to spoil the episode, but I do have some questions regarding Twiga being a reboot to Tiga as opposed to being a sequel taking place in the same universe, etc.
yeah.
It's weird. So this is what I actually really annoys the hell out of me, is that each Ultraman show can never seem to take place in the same universe as any prior Ultraman show. Every Ultraman show has to be another multiverse, alternate universe deal. And I like, for me, it's like, I get it if you want to do that. I know like Sentai is kind of sort of does that, but not really, where it's like every show ignores the previous show. Essentially, every show is a reboot. But it's like, you've already established this multiverse, and you've established that Ultramen are constantly crossing over into each other's universes. So why not have a show take place in the same universe as before? Why is it that they're obsessed with having a new universe where kaiju are a brand new thing, and you're establishing another new kaiju buster team to deal with the problem, self-defense force team to deal with the problem?
Yeah, exactly. I think, I don't know.
Like, sorry. Even Ultraman Z, which features an Ultraman from the Showa universe, has to go to another universe of his own instead of just sticking around the Showa universe. It's like, what's the point of having a Showa Ultraman, a Showa-related Ultraman, or Jeed? Jeed is the son of Belial, and he gets an alternate universe. It's like, even if you're from a prior universe, a pre-existing universe, you got to go to another alternate universe.
Yeah, I think it's better we discuss, we get into the whole thing after the episode.
Imagine if like the son of Batman. Imagine if the son of Batman Damian Wayne. Imagine Damian Wayne gets his own series, except he can't fight in Gotham. He's got to go to an alternate universe version of Gotham, where Batman isn't a thing.
Well, considering the insane rights issue that Warner Brothers and DC try to pull, yeah, that sounds practically like, oh god, Batman during the early 2000s. You can have Batman on your show, but he can't.
But you can't have Robin.
Yeah, or any of his villains or supporting characters, or even mention a Gotham, because we don't want to confuse the viewer with too many Batman spin-offs. Cut to the day. Oh no, there's too much Batman.
I'm a genius. Oh
no. Okay, but yeah, let's stop beating around the Ultra Bush and get into the live watch with everybody in the audience. So, okay, so hold on, let me make sure everything's okay. All right, we're good. Nobody's attacking me. Okay, so yeah, let's read these last few comics.
Let's see. I remember those Space Ghost segments with Ultra 7. Yes, I noticed that too. It's like they want every Ultra to be the first Ultra of their universe, even though the Land of Light seems to be their origin point. Yeah, that's weird because it's like they never really establish. I guess half the time they establish that all the Ultraman come from one universe, but then in cases like Tiga, they have Ultramen exist independently in their own universe.
Yeah, we'll get
this is why I hate the fact that they cross over so much, because it's like it ruins the whole appeal of there being a multiverse. Like you want to have a crossover when it's like super extra special, but when they're constantly crossing over with each other, it's like there's no point in having a multiverse anymore.
Yeah, we'll get into detail, but yeah, we've been talking for almost an hour. Let's get right into it. We'll do a live watch of Ultraman Trigger with 11 people.
Trigger.
Yeah, Trigger. Is it Trigger or
No. That's a reference to the trigger power of Kamen Rider Double.
Okay then. All right, so watch it. Definitely use headphones. We don't want to hear the overlap on your end.
Sure. Got it.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen this episode before, so I'm okay just seeing it mute and subtitles, but we're not going to do a running commentary, but ladies and... Oh, hold on. I might as well share the link again just to let everybody know we're on the same page. So...
Laura, she's just been messaging me on Facebook about other shows from the 90s, like Tattoo Teenage Alien Fires from Beverly Hills.
Oh my god.
Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad, and now she mentions this thing I've never heard of called Vampires.
Oh,
not vampires, vampires. I saw the images online as you were talking. I was like, what the fuck am I looking at? And Warrior King just said vampires. Oh my god, I know that show.
Okay, we'll talk. Okay, let's ignore the vampires and get into Ultraman Trigger.
She's telling me right now the world must know.
Okay. Quick summary. Vampires is one of the many terrible attempts to try to ape Power Rangers' success, but it was a fully American production.
She said, "Talk to Raph. Fuck Ultraman. The world must know about vampires."
So the story deals with a group of evil, sentient monster vans, possibly extraterrestrial origin, who are threatening the town, and it's up to a group of young human heroes who become their own car people to fight the vampires. Now everything is live action until it gets to the fight scenes where it's all done with terrible CGI animation. I
was like, this looks like what was the name of that? This looks like dinosaurs.
I know. So, look, guys, we've been talking for an hour. We'll get into the Vampires horror show later. Maybe we'll do a whole episode of Night Owling with vampires. But yeah, let's. I just shared the link right after Laura says, "Hey, Andres, vampires." There is Ultraman Trigger episode 1. There is English subtitles if you go into the settings or press the closed captioning button. And we'll watch this together.
You mean I gotta read for this thing?
Yeah, you gotta read. So, okay. All right. And that's it. No more comments. We're going to be here all night talking about obscure TV shows. So, Extreme Dinosaurs, ladies and gentlemen. So, Dino Troopers.
Extreme Dinosaurs!
Right, exactly. So...
something's really rocking on planet number 3.
Okay.
Modern man's got prehistoric company.
Right.
I'm sorry, I had to get it out of my system.
That's okay. You're a better singer than I am. So, okay. So here we go. Ultraman Trigger, episode 1. Are you on 00, Andres?
Yes.
Okay. So, All right, we're not going to be that talkative in the next 30 minutes. We're not going to do a running commentary, but yeah.
Then what's the point of doing this live stream?
Oh, we'll share some thoughts here and there, but yeah, we're definitely doing a live stream, and then we're going to talk about our thoughts on the first episode. So,
all right.
Okay, so, all right, hold on, let's double check. Everybody in the chat, you got your links on? Are you on 00? No, they're all hypnotized by Power Rangers and Transformers.
You got your seatbelts on?
Yeah. Okay, here we go. So,
are you sitting down?
Yeah. Hold on to your butts, your ultra butts, your big silver and gold ultra butts. Okay, enough talk about butts. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Who's this familiar looking lady? Oh no.
Is that the villain from the Final Odyssey?
Yes, yes and no.
Oh, so she's like a reboot of that.
Yeah.
She's an homage to that villain.
Yes, yeah. We'll get into it. It's like
weird.
Yeah, this is we're dealing with singular point levels of insanity here as far as character rethinks are concerned. Smile, smile. Go!
I recognize that sound effect and that robed woman.
In real life, people wouldn't handle this as well as he's doing it right now. Yeah, there'd be screaming, but there'd also be panicking and window breaking and all that too.
Now that's just racial profiling.
Yeah. Oh, it was all a dream. Okay, end of show. I dreamt I was a buxom.
I dreamt I was Japanese. Oh shit!
I dreamt I was a buxom, purple-haired girl in a wonderful anime town. I kept killing people with kaiju. Gridman.
Why do I feel like that's a real show, Ralph?
It's SSS Gridman.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It never really registered that her hair was purple.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's more of a pinkish purple, orchid color. I love how modern fiction is acknowledging the fact that a lot of young people are living with their parents because they can't really afford to live anywhere else, unfortunately, and vice versa.
Actually, in Japan, a lot of parents do pay for their children's rents.
Oh, really? Okay. Well, then this is an unrealistic show.
I mean, the fact that he actually has a healthy relationship with his mom is the fact that it's fictional.
Oh, no, it's a Fully Cooley sequel. Oh, no.
Oh, no. This is Power Rangers RPM.
Oh, no. Well, it's not that bad.
Power Rangers RPM.
Get in gear.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, being the first episode, we don't get the full theme song, so I guess we'll get that in the second episode.
Why have a? Oh, okay. Now I see. Orb, Geed, Jeed, Ross Blue, Tai.
Yeah. When are we gonna get Ultraman Triga in an American release? Because Taiga. Yeah. 3 and 1.
I suppose they're eventually gonna get there.
I hope so. The series...
Oh yeah, these are essentially. Oh hey, OG Tiga's there.
Yeah. They can add.
Oh wow, it's all his movie forms.
Secret.
Yeah, they can advertise Tiga. They just can't show his human form.
Yeah. Again, ladies and gentlemen, check out the disappearance of Ultraman Tiga. It's a very good video. So these are the small 500 figures, correct?
I'm really happy they're still selling these these $5 figures.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's why they're called 500s. Okay.
Yeah, because it's literally 500 yen.
I did not know that.
Not including tax. So it's technically about $6.
Okay.
With tax.
All right. So I have to say,
well, except they've long since abandoned the Ultra 500 name. They've just been using like a generic, like Ultra Monster series.
Okay.
they're just showing us all the toy commercials. It's like, wow, the budgets went really low here. They're really embracing that YouTube audience.
This is like Godzilla Monster Island. So, oh, look who
Oh,
it is.
hey,
Yeah,
it's Daigo.
yeah, because Bandai can actually afford to show their actor. How unfortunate. So,
Aw,
I was going to quickly say I really do like the design of Ultraman Trigger. It's an elegant,
it's shiny.
yeah, it's elegant. It's not as messy or as noisy as more other recent Ultramen we've gotten.
Only the Japanese survived and moved to Mars. That'd be kind of fucked up, though, really.
Yeah. Well, it's like let's perfect. It's like American fiction. It's like they can only afford Americans, so everything is
True.
American centric. Or it's like
Yeah.
British science
Oh,
fiction. It's like how
I
many...
heard that. I like how this ship looks like the ship from Tiga,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like from the toys. This is the one that transforms like a Valkyrie from Macross.
Yeah. Well, it's also based on Ultra Seven's classic monster enemy, Space Dragon Nars. So I'm
Really?
Yeah. That's why it's called a Narstessa and it has a dragon head. So I'm really hoping that we get a good guy version of Nars in the future, because they already did that in SSS Dynazeon with Goldburn, which was basically European
Right.
Nars.
Yeah, I
yeah.
saw that. I noticed that.
Yeah. So
I bet you anyone who's not seen Dynazeon has no clue what we're talking about.
oh yeah. No, just look up Space Dragon Nars, ladies and gentlemen. He's like Manda. If Manda was cool and even worse
He's
looking.
he's Mecha Manda.
Yes, Mecha Manda. That's the best way to describe Nars.
Mecha Manga.
Yeah. Like, as confusing as the whole multiverse Ultraman thing is, it at least it gives an opportunity for the monsters to show up from any series, but there's a whole big problem about that I'll get into in a little bit. So
Okay, so is this an alternate universe or is this the Tiga Dyna universe?
no, this is an alternate universe of Tiga Dyna.
Okay.
But again,
Because it would suck that if everything got so bad that humans started living on Mars.
yeah. Well, it's like
I am honestly glad that they're actually taking advantage of, for once, they're taking advantage of this alternate universe deal by having such a drastic change in setting.
Yeah, well, yeah. Wait till you get to last couple seconds of the episode. So, I will say this though: in Ultraman Tiga, towards the second half of the series, and more so in Ultraman Dyna, it was being said that Mars was being colonized regardless, as an attempt to let mankind kind of spread its legs, not because the world was coming to an end or anything, just scientific advancement and exploration. So in fact, Ultraman Dyna's first 2 to 3 episodes takes place on Mars. In fact, a lot of the monsters of those episodes were like animated Martian rock monsters. So I think they're just following the same beat here.
Oh, I was gonna say it would have been nice to have a whole Ultraman show take place on Mars, just so that it'd be an interesting excuse to work within the whole social distancing coronavirus deal by reusing the same like sets over and over again, and potentially using like arid desert like locations, so you don't need to have a bunch of locations set in real world locations that could potentially spread the virus.
Yeah. So, and it's not like they've done a whole series on other planets, but let's face it, Ultra Galaxy was basically the equivalent of the Disney Winnie the Pooh show. Everything was done on green screens and on sets. Guys,
I remember that, the puppet show. The puppet show, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I remember that.
And here comes Golba, the merged version of Golza and Melba. Golza.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow! It is a fusion.
Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah.
It's a fusion of the first 2 Tiga monsters.
Yes, the first episode of Ultraman Tiga had these 2 separate monsters: Golza, who was a burrowing monster, and Melba, who was a flying monster. For this, they decided just to merge them into a singular character. So,
is this his first appearance?
Yeah,
or did he appear elsewhere?
No. This is the first appearance of Golba. So he's.
It's weird that it's kind of weird that you would establish a fusion before the other 2 monsters.
Yeah,
even when Belial was making his own fusion monsters, he would at least show off who he was fusing together.
Yeah. Personally, I wish they would just brought back Melba, since we haven't seen him in ages. But I'm okay. It's like the Golba design has kind of grown on me. But it's like I don't know. It's kind of like when they merge Super Sentai monsters. Can I just have the gorilla and egg monster join forces instead of them literally join forces?
Or like when they brought back Grifforzer or
Uh-huh.
Goldar in Beast Morphers, only it's like someone who looks nothing like Goldar.
Yeah, exactly. Although at least in the Power Ranger version, they made it clear that it's a resurrected Goldar, whereas in the Super Sentai version, it's an evil robot based on Goldar. It is a nice looking suit, by the way.
This one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Very. I noticed it's a lot more slimmed down.
Yeah. Golzo was a little kind of a fatty, and Melba
Actually,
was.
no, I bought it. I bought its toy and just shipped it over to you.
Yeah, I know.
Both of them.
Oh yeah, you showed me pictures. You were trying to drag that little Golza toy up the stairs, and the Golza was like, "Leave me alone, boy. I just want to die in a pile of hamburgers." And it's like, no, Golza. You have to go to Raph. I'm too heavy of a package, boy. Take that, Monster Island buddies. We can do our own stupid fan fiction with toys. God, the texture on the costume is really good.
Yeah. I know you mentioned that you found it annoying that so much of the monsters share that like silver plated texture, but I really like it.
Yeah, well, it works. Well, thankfully, this series is going to be using all sorts of different monsters from across the Ultraman franchise. It's not bad when it's the ancient monsters of darkness, because they're all basically members of the same super species. But then when you get to completely unrelated monsters or aliens from different worlds who have nothing to do with the darkness, but they have the exact same design elements, it takes you out of it. It's sort of like, it's like it's like a TV show with a lot of aliens from across the universe, but you can tell it's the same art director who designed every alien, because the same art director is using the same bag of tricks over and over again. You see the same problem like Deca Ranger, which eventually became Power Rangers SPD, and especially the first couple seasons of Doctor Who, where it's like, it's an alien from another planet, yet they still have the same neon blue light. Like, wouldn't aliens have a wide variety of different light sources? No, it's the same blue light. So it's like, guys, stop it. I know you really like this blue light, but not every alien in the multiverse has that same blue light. Give us some variety. No, it's the same blue light. So, it's so funny. I grew up in a time where it was impossible to see Ultraman in America. And now the Tsuburaya Productions is killing it with their YouTube channel. Ultraman earned that 30-foot YouTube reward.
You mean that 1 million subscriber reward?
Yeah, exactly. Which all the fans in Japan say would have to be 30 feet tall in order to match Ultraman's height.
Yeah.
And these Ultraman shows, even though when they have the backing of Bandai, they're still relatively low-budget independent affairs compared to like the gluttonous glout that Super Sentai has, or even the Godzilla franchise. So it's very impressive how they're able to get away with so much. Like these are good production values.
Yeah. It kind of has a slight bit of a cinematic feel to it.
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if that because they have like a really good group of filmmakers and staff members who've been on these shows for the last couple of years. Because I know the guy who did the creature effects in Gihara and Monster G. He's one of the lead.
He's been directing a lot of the more recent ones like X and Z.
Yeah, exactly. And you can really see his work. He really goes all out with the cool camera movements and special effects. In fact, you're really going to be impressed when we get the fight scene. Oh, oh no. I keep forgetting. He named his artificial flower Ryele, which is basically the city Cthulhu comes from. That's like it's like if you named your baby Super Satan 4. Which I know is something you want to do, Andres.
He's like, this shit hurts. He's pointing to his arm.
My arm is broken. Is it your thumbs? No. I have to say, the main hero, he's definitely not at, like, in the previews, it makes him seem like he's overly happy, optimistic. I want everyone to smile, smile. But it's like, thank God he's underplayed here. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, some of the...
Oh, shit, wait, Guts? What's
Yeah,
Guts doing here?
in this world, it's not Guts. I think they're called... Well, Guts Selects, but the main series is still the TCP. Terrestrial Central...
Wait,
something.
hold on. Wait, what?
What?
Why was there a flashback to Tiga? I thought this was an alternate universe. I'm
Oh.
so confused.
Well, I'll have to go back and check. I missed that part beforehand. Damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, this whole live stream has been a sham.
You lied to me, Raph. You said this is an alternate universe.
I didn't know the facts.
I got unreasonably angry for no reason.
I'm reasonably confused and angry and scared at the same time.
By the way, you know what joke I should have made when we first saw that woman?
What?
Ah, after 10,000 years, I'm free!
It's time to conquer
Mars!
Ultraman Tigger, wake up. Get me a young man who's really into flowers and wants to make people smile. Oh no!
Who's into oddly phallic-looking flowers.
Yeah. I bet that flower's gonna become a horrible kaiju later on in the series. Maybe a good guy kaiju. That'd be a fun reversal. You always say that when all hell's breaking loose, son. Okay, I will rewind back and we'll see what the hell is going on with the Ultraman Tigger there.
Yeah, fuck your shit.
Who put this poorly designed model here? Where's the window?
It's like Gordon Ramsay when he like criticizes your dishes. Absolutely, utterly dreadful.
Oh my god, it's like those news stories when you hear about Angularus, who in reality is only 6 feet tall, but every time he goes to a miniature golf course, he has to destroy and criticize everything. That was a weird joke. You know, as somebody who loves giants and mythology, I've come to appreciate the once vague backstory of the whole Ultraman Tigger series. So I love the fact that these are Ultramen that are more inspired by like the stone giants of legend and the Titans than just aliens from outer space. They probably still are aliens from outer space, but it's a cool thing to kind of take your series to.
I remember they lived on Earth like millions of years ago and fought a bunch of monsters before they were wiped out by the villain from the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, the story was that the Giants of Light lived side by side with the ancient humans. So just when the darkness came and all the monsters appeared, and some of the giants decided to become Giants of Darkness. So it's very much a backstory inspired by like the kind of ancient mythologies, like Ragnarok and the Gigantomachy, which is like a famous battle from Greek mythology where the Greek gods had to team up with humans and demigods to fight against every giant imaginable. So it's just kind of cool for me. It's like when Jack Kirby takes Norse mythology and makes the mighty Thor. It's like here they took various giant mythologies and turned it into Ultraman.
Mm-hmm. So. I just remembered. There's technically 2 Tigas in the multiverse. There's the regular Tiga from the Tiga Dyna universe.
Yes.
And there's the Tiga from the Super 8 Ultra Brothers movie universe.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And I don't mind the Ultra 8 brothers. That was a good. That's one of the few times where they actually played around with the idea of a multiverse, and they gave us this cool little. It's like our world, except now it's being invaded by Ultraman and monsters.
Mm-hmm. Unless you count the flashback episode in Ultraman Tiga where he meets Ultraman 66, but I guess you can say that's another version of 66.
And I went cross-eyed.
Let's put a smile on that face of yours. See, maybe this is like that. This is part of that whole cultural differences thing, because if you tell someone to smile, it can come off as really creepy and disturbing.
Yeah.
But in Japanese, they just see it as like this innocent phrase that's like, what's wrong with telling people to smile?
Yeah.
It's like, no, you just don't.
Yeah.
You just don't.
And I've been in on enough jobs, especially the construction jobs. Like when somebody tells you to smile, it's usually done as a very condescending sort of way.
Wait a minute, he can hear the voice, the announcer voice from his toy. He's like, where's this voice coming from?
It's in a little battery charger. So.
I like that they're using the classic sound effects from Tiga.
Yeah. Some sound effects are still great to use.
Shut up! You're ruining the moment.
Let's be fair. It's not Kamen Rider yet.
Fuck you. It still sucks.
Kamen Rider is way worse. If it was Kamen Rider, it'd be like...
Wait, hold on. He said Ultraman exists in this world too.
Oh.
So is he referring to this universe or just Mars?
I think he's referring to just this universe and this...
Okay.
Oh, my goodness. I keep forgetting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, now this is how you do kaiju, ladies and gentlemen.
See, I like it when they get this experimental.
Uh-huh. Ow, my balls! Ultraman hit me in my balls! Ow, my face! Oh, my chest! I'm sorry, I don't know why I always go to the nut shot jokes. Oh, that was cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a shame we never see like Power Rangers get this ambitious.
They sometimes do. I remember the post-Zordon era had some really good stunt work on the American side, especially...
Oh, I'm referring to like modern Power Rangers.
Yeah, modern... Ugh. Yeah, in the Japanese version, the fight scenes are either poorly done or too hyperactive, and in America, they edit the fight scenes by speeding up the footage and making it even more hyperactive. Like here, you can actually enjoy what's going on, have an idea where the fight's going.
Mm-hmm.
So...
You know what I'm wondering? If that old man turns out to be Tiga himself, just with a new actor to avoid the rights issues.
Yeah.
Because I guess for ladies and gentlemen, for those who don't know, the reason why the original actor who played Tiga can't show up is because his agency won't allow him to.
Yeah.
He was in the 90s. He was part of a J-pop band, and like that J-pop idol band talent agency won't allow him ever to continue associating with himself with Ultraman.
Yeah. Again, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, in the description area, there's a link to the disappearance of Ultraman Tiga, which goes into full detail about that whole situation. So. Oh,
it would be ironic if they got V6 if they got V6 to do the new theme song.
And then we really be.
Oh wait, is that Alien Metron?
Yeah, yeah. It's a little girl. It's a young girl Metron who's And I like good guy aliens in Ultraman. Like I love the Ultramen themselves, but the fact that there's benevolent aliens and monsters makes the universe feels more alive. Yeah. That's what I love about Geed so much. Like a lot of like heroic alien characters working alongside our human heroes.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Boy, imagine what it'd be like to actually go to one of these live shows.
Oh my... It'd be fun, but I think all the little kids would be like, what's with the two large Hispanic Americans? And then you and I are like, Ultraman, yay! I know that kaiju! If I ever showed up on an Ultraman show, I'd love to be the human form of Dan Can. That's my dream. Have me morph into a man.
Like, I wonder which one. I feel like there's an alien among us. Who could it be? Hey guys, how you doing?
It's during McCruption.
Yeah, he clearly passes for a normal human.
Yeah. During McCruption turns into a mass of bubbles. It's like it's Dan Can, but with the hat. It's like, how you doing?
Turns out it's the moon-shaped short monster you hate so much.
Oh my, a moon-shaped short monster. Oh,
from Tiga.
Yeah, there's so many of those. What's going on here? Oh, okay, it's raining. Mars, a planet where rain happens, and an Ultraman is getting his ass beaten.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Oh my god, now we're getting
Wait
some
a minute. Wait, hold on. Are you allowed to show this?
Okay.
Subaraya, what are you doing?
Well, you know the Japanese government, they said they gotta make people mate, so I think this is sort of titillation. Ladies and gentlemen,
It's like, no, I don't want to be on bottom. Bad touch.
Let me join in, babe. No, Golba, no.
Oh god, he's all sweaty.
Oh my goodness. I don't know why. Mud never looks good on a kaiju suit, because realistically you wouldn't really see the mud that much. But I guess it looks good on her.
This needs Careless Whisper playing in the background.
Oh, no double entendre with you two.
No means no.
Oh, my genitalia. Oh.
Wait, isn't that the sword from Orb?
I think they're just similar shapes. I don't think they're the same.
Yeah, kind of unoriginal.
Yeah.
Also, Tiga didn't need fucking weapons.
Yeah.
Shut up, I said.
Monster decapitated. Huge explosion. That is a nice explosion. It's like, oh my goodness.
Oh, super, yeah.
Yeah, the pyrotechnics in this episode alone are amazing.
Also, what happens to the fucking rain?
Well, it's the fan service budget ran out. So. You know what they say about Japan? They got to get the citizens horny and ready to reproduce. So, mud wrestling and Ultraman, that's going to be a new thing.
And yet they keep offering alternatives to mating, like dating simulators and all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and there goes Golba.
Okay, that's kind of interesting. She forced the monster to stand up to take the hit.
Yeah, that or the monster is like really, really loyal because she just snapped her fingers and the monster's like, "One moment, babe. Oh, I'm dead." It appears that Kingo
is dead.
Oh no. There goes my master. Oh no. Mud wrestling? What's with you, lady?
Subarashi.
No means no, Camilla. I can't wait to read the comments when we're done watching it.
Take those. I feel embarrassed playing with toys.
Especially ones that talk. See, he's going to end up going to Earth with this gentleman.
Ah. Then what the fuck's the whole point of going to Mars?
I don't know. Like, at least have, like, the first couple episodes on Mars. Or it's like, I wouldn't mind if they were... Okay, here's the part that gives me pause. I'll explain when we're done fully watching. The giant suddenly appeared and defeated the monster before disappearing again. Like, that's never happened before. Apparently these are the children of the business guy. We're going to watch through the credits, right?
I guess so.
Okay.
Okay, so it's just a recap.
Yeah. Cool guys don't look at explosions, they cause them. I'm honestly surprised nobody's taking Cool Guys Don't Look at Explosions and do a bunch of, like, Tokusatsu footage.
I mean, have you ever seen... Don't you remember the... have you ever seen a Power Ranger series? You know, they always explode behind... There's always explosions happening behind them.
Yeah, exactly. So you can
they even make it a running gag in Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world. He constantly, like, causes a lot of damage to his party members every time he morphs. And they're like, for fuck's sakes!
Right.
Also, all his attacks are so explosive that he ends up burning all the loot that they're supposed to get from quests.
Oh my god. It's one of the best jokes from Power Rangers RPM. It's like, Dr. K, every time we transform, there's always like a massive explosion behind us, and we're all getting concerned. That's just the power outage, but we're just putting spandex on. That's not spandex. Everybody pose. Okay, we're gonna be. Ugh. Hey, Guy Myra.
Oh wow! I had the Ultra 500 toy that a student gave me of that monster.
Oh, nice. Guy Myra is a great monster. Obviously, that kid gave it to you in love, or he grew out of Ultraman.
Gee.
So, seize the victory, the light of power. Buy toys. Trigger power type appears.
Buy our toys! Buy our toys! Buy our toys!
You know, now thinking, I didn't realize this. Trigger was the first Ultraman in a long time not be able to speak full sentences. Usually,
that's true. Yeah.
Usually, like in Ultraman Z, it's like, "Hi, I'm Ultraman Z. You want to merge with me?" But here, yeah, it's like he just grunts and talks in images. So,
let's see. Let's check out what the commentary what commentary our chat had, since we weren't paying attention the entire time.
Go ahead. I'm going to try to find that little moment where Ultraman Tiga shows up and see what the hell the context is.
Okay, finally, I'm not the only one who thinks double when I hear Ultraman Trigger and the gimmicks. Warrior King says, "I'm following the stream on my computer while I watch the episode on my TV. Multitasking.
You lucky.
The world must." Go ahead.
You lucky son of a gun.
The world must never know. It was buried for a reason. He also says, "I know dinosaurs too. I'm old, lol." Laura says, "It's Transformers and Power Rangers and Beast Wars animation all put together." Warrior says, obscure dinosaurs." Zilla says, "I'm ready." Warrior says, "Yep." Kevin says, "Ready." Laura says, "This sounds awkward. I'm scared." Not sure what that's referring to.
Everyone probably saying, "I'm ready."
Warrior says, "Ready." Shay says, "Good to go." Warrior says, "Unless it's Carmira's butt."
Yeah, that's the name of the new Camilla character.
Okay.
The silver giantess who loves mud wrestling. And whips.
Yes and no. Either way, she's the best. When I asked, is she the same character, and Warrior says yes and no. Like that. Like, what was it, that movie, the pirates who don't do anything? No, it was like Pirates Band of Misfits. It's like yes and no and no. Either way, she's the best part of the show, and he's the worst. I'm not sure. I guess he's referring to the main protagonist.
Oh no.
Oh, look, Kevin says, "Oh, look, the ancient ghost lady." Laura, is someone going to tell him that's a plastic plant? It's only a model. Zilla says, "Who else thinks of Go On Yellow when Trigger says smile, smile?" I don't know what that is.
Oh, Go On, sure.
Oh,
yeah.
Warrior says, "Save me, Ken Go Kenobi. You're my only hope."
Oh my god.
Shay says, "Just letting you guys know, I'll have to get in bed in an hour. Got church in the morning. Say no more, man."
Okay.
Although he's probably already gone.
Yeah, man.
Warrior says, "Akane, the buxomest kaiju anime antagonist." LOL. That's when we brought her up before.
Yeah.
Zilla Punk says, "Ultraman Trigger, get in Ultraman Trigger, get in gear. Get in gear."
That's not rubber.
Warrior says, "Okay, the Martian City is awesome. Some of the Spark dolls are on pre-order on Big Bad Toy Store, but are not $5. Yeah, I know. We got Nick in the chat.
Hey, Nick.
He says, "Now this is how you need to promote Draco Azul." Yes, I definitely agree, Nick. And once that toy Draco Azul figure is finally finished and ready, I would love to work on a commercial with this. I know Matt Burkett and I, we've talked about in the past potentially putting together a sick commercial for it.
If you want like Dirty McCorruption to be like just like, "Oh no, monsters attacking the city! Who's gonna save us?"
I got transferred over to Mexico City. Oh no, it's Diabolo. Let's see. Warrior says Trigger's design is basically an ornate version of Tiga. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's a good.
It's Tiga with more gold.
Yeah, and
He likes gold.
And like I said, it's still very elegant. It's like, thankfully it's not like some of the more recent Ultramen where it's like
kind of over designed.
Yeah, over designed a bit. Although I think the biggest offender in that, I don't know, the main Ultraman forms aren't half bad, but then when they get into their transformed versions, it's like, yeah, okay, that's too much. Like, are you trying to do Ultraman Z meets Ultraman Toro meets a jet engine? What's going on here?
I will defend X's because the whole idea is that it's all like has like a cyber robotic theme to it all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Laura says it's Matt Damon growing poop potatoes in the background.
Matt, there's no need for that. No poop potato.
Matt Damon. Let's see. Warrior says Kengo is a botanist akin to how Daigo became involved in terraforming on Mars at the end. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
But again, is it the same universe or not?
Right. No, we'll get to it after we do the little comments here because there's some good stuff here, guys. I'll take
Warrior
over.
Says, oh no, I'll continue. Okay, I do like the idea of an Ultra charged with defending a Martian city or other space colony, so I'm sad that opportunity was squandered.
Yeah.
He says, I like Golba, he's cool, but I do agree about Melba being absent for a long time despite being popular enough to be referenced all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Laura says, does the Melba monster kill people with their voice?
No, I think Melba was just like a flying dragon-like monster who shot fireballs from its mouth. So.
Unless she's referring to another character named Melba, and that was just a reference.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Okay.
Warrior says, I'm still struggling to play catch-up with all the different Ultra shows we now have available. That not the worst problem to have, though. LOL. Oh no, that flower's going to grow up to kill them all, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, either it's going to become a good guy kaiju or it's going to be a tragic final monster that they have to kill. It's like, not my flower creations.
Nick says, the CG effects and such look nice enough, even being a TV show. No complaints here, although I don't know if all shows connect or something. Yes and no. Well, the thing is, Nick, there is a multiverse. The Ultraman from the multiverse do visit each other a lot, too much in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But pretty much every show seems to take place in its own alternate universe within this multiverse.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much every single Ultraman show ever all exists in one multiverse continuity.
Yeah, it's pretty wacky.
Warrior King says, okay, at this point, the guy who gives them his transformation device clearly implies Tiga exists in this universe, or that he somehow knows about him. So that muddies the waters a bit regarding the reboot angle.
Yeah.
Kevin says, a good guy Biollante? I'd be down for that.
Oh, yeah. That absolutely. I think that's nobody's really done a good guy Biollante. Even the climax of Godzilla vs. Biollante, they still showed her as a vicious monstrosity. So
let's see. Warrior says, "Hey, the Ultra Heisei, the Heisei Ultras are a bit more mysterious and aloof than." Oh, he said, "Yeah, the Heisei Ultras are a bit more mysterious and aloof than the Showa Ultras."
Mm-hmm.
I'd honestly like to see an actual return to the Heisei timeline. Warrior King says, yeah, I kind of wish the transformation devices didn't talk in universe. Kevin says the regular Tiga's human form is not allowed to be seen on streaming because the dinosaur's at Johnny's. Johnny, yes, Papa. Having Daigo, no, Papa.
Kevin gets it, so.
Let's see. Warrior says, not a fan of the CG battle segment here. I thought it was nice.
Okay.
Hey, we got Earth Paragon here.
Yeah. Good old James.
He says, I told you to keep it under 30 minutes on the review on DeviantArt. No, okay. No, I read that wrong. He says, I told you to keep it under 30 minutes on the review on DeviantArt.
Well, too bad. This is what happens when you're having fun with your friends. Time passes by quickly.
Think, Raph, think!
Right.
Warrior King says, Carmera likes to play rough on the first date. Let's see. He also says Daigo's agency sucks.
Yeah.
I hope they clear that up someday. I want Tiga on Blu-ray someday. It is on Blu-ray in Japan. I don't know what's holding back Mill Creek, unless again, either it's cheaper on them to only release it on DVD,
Mhm.
or they're waiting on Dyna and Gaia to be released on Blu-ray in Japan, so that then they can justify making a 3-pack similar to what they're doing with the DVD release
Yeah,
now.
but you
Personally, go ahead.
you said that Ultraman Tiga, Dyna, and Guy are coming to America on regular DVD.
On regular DVD, and the whole set is meant to be like a you know how like all the Blu-ray box sets, they have a picture that all connects together.
Uh-huh.
They do the same thing here,
Okay.
and I'm surprised you haven't seen it yet on Facebook.
No, I've been doing a lot of housework today, so I haven't really been on top of the kaiju news.
Okay, well, anyways, I'm personally not going to get it because I already have the series on DVD, Tiga on DVD. I have
Mhm.
all 4 volumes of the Funimation release,
Mhm.
way back in the
Yeah,
day.
double check volume 4 because a lot of those discs came out defective due
Oh
to
shit, you're right.
yeah, due to how unpopular the sales for it were. I had a special
So
order.
that's why it's easy to get volume 4, but not volume 3 and 2.
Yeah,
Especially 3. 3, I gotta pay I paid a lot of. I forgot how much I paid, but I remember way back in high school, I ended up looking on Amazon and eBay every single day until I found one that wasn't like $300.
Yeah. No, I have all 3 sets, but like the first 3 sets were easy to find in stores, but the fourth one I had to special order, and thank God I did it because it was just a couple of weeks before it went out of print. And then that's when it got really expensive for a little while, as opposed to today. But no, from what I understand, the fourth volume has a couple of defective episodes, especially the episode with the weird brain aliens who kidnap people, turn them more of their kind. The Iblis, I think they're called, or something. Yeah, that episode is usually very chalky, so just be wary of that.
Sadly, the Ultraman Tiga DVD set from Mill Creek does contain some of the specials, but not the Final Odyssey movie due to rights issues with the music.
Oh crap! Okay.
Yep.
I like the. Oh damn it! Well, if
Yeah, I'm sadly gonna skip out on this release until it comes out on Blu-ray and or has the movie with it.
yeah, I've been getting these Mill Creeks like hotcakes at very good prices, thanks to various friends and discount websites. So we'll see what happens. But I'm definitely getting Dyna and Gaia. I love those shows. So
Let's see. Zillapunk says Gokai Yellow does the voice for the new Metron.
oh yeah, from Gokaiger's the cute Yellow Ranger pirate gal.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, she's been doing a lot of character voices recently too.
Nice.
So.
I'm glad when a Sentai actor gets work afterwards.
Yeah.
Warrior King says I do like it when non-ultra characters with powers that can rival theirs show up.
Mm-hmm.
Warrior says my niece and nephew are mostly into Power Rangers these days, but they know of Ultraman at least thanks to me. LOL. Godzilla 2. My nephew loves Godzilla and Minya. How nice. He says, "Oh wow, extreme Martian mud wrestling." Somewhere a naughty fanfic and fan art involving Chimera's mud wrestling is being made. LOL.
Oh god,
yeah, that had to be intentional.
Let's go to the Japanese equivalent of DeviantArt Pixiv and see what's going to happen in the next few days. Oh my god.
Let's see. That being said, I think the weapons are meant to help prevent Trigger from literally just being a copy of Tiga and to sell more toys, of course. But at least he doesn't just copy paste past Ultraman powers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that I'm kind of glad too because that was getting really repetitive.
Yeah.
He says, "Yeah, I wish the show had taken place on Mars entirely. Going to Earth just feels same old, same old."
Mm-hmm.
Zillapunk says, "Anyone remember that scene in Power Rangers RPM? Just as I thought it. LOL."
I guess I was talking about the explosions. Like, why are there explosions behind us every time we transform?
Let's see. Kevin says, "Dynaman does explosions the best."
Oh yeah! Everybody pose. Hi.
Warrior King says, "RPM was the last truly good Power Ranger show." Zillapunk says, "Yep." We're nearing the end here. Warrior King says, "I do like Gaimira. He's a cool kaiju, but I wish they were using more Tigaverse kaiju for this tribute series." Warrior King says, "Sorry for all my extra posts, LOL." Let's see. Shay says, "I'm still here for a little bit." Zillapunk says, "Same IG." And Warrior King, finally the last comment, Warrior says, "Tiga is coming to home video in the US." Yeah, let me find the video so I can show it to show it to Raph so he can show it on screen.
Yeah.
It's just been announced today because it's Ultraman Day.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Today is Ultraman Day. Celebrating not the 50. It can't be the 50th anniversary.
55th.
55th
55th.
anniversary of the original Ultraman. So yeah, it's Ultraman. Yay! Everything worked out. Me doing this little live stream today. Thank you everyone for joining us. We're gonna share our thoughts about the first episode, and then we're gonna call it a night. So
Here's a link, Ralph.
okay, did you send it to me on Facebook or StreamYard?
StreamYard.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I'll share this in a little bit. Ooh.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
coming out on what was it? July, August, September, October 5th.
mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll post it on screen so everyone can see it. So just give me a little bit.
So yeah, Tiga's going to come out in October, Dyna's going to come out in November, and Guy is going to come out on December.
Oopsie, hold on. No, I don't want to show that on screen. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so this is the advertisement that just showed up. Those are nice looking box sets, I have to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so no, I don't dislike Ultraman Tiga, and I don't hate it as much as I used to, but it is my least favorite of the trilogy, and I still have problems with it. But I'm very excited. I'm very looking forward to having like official releases of Ultraman Guy and Ultraman Dyna, because I know a lot of people hate Ultraman Dyna, but I think it's Ultraman Tiga done a little better. And Ultraman Gaia is my jam, and that show has so many great characters and so many awesome monsters. Yeah, because there is a big problem with Gaia, though. It has so many characters that there's not much room for character development. But it's still really cool on like how all these characters team up at the end, the monsters included, to help fight against the final villain, which is almost as cool, but not as well executed as like the ending of Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where all the characters you met over these 60 episodes have joined forces against the big bad. So it's just, yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this. We're shilling out for Tuber Productions. They should give us something in return. Here's a King Joe plushie.
If Toho can collab with D-Man, I don't see why Tsuburaya can't do the same for us.
Okay. So
throw us a freaking bone here, guys.
Ultraman Tiga's like, I really love gold. Shut up, you Japanese freak.
Let's see. Warrior King says it's Christmas in July. I can watch the Gilanbo episode on Halloween night. Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Kevin says, so today is Ultraman Day, also a mini concert, and hopefully a trailer for Super Robot Wars 30, like in 5 hours. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a gigantic day.
Yeah, I wish we had more news on the supposedly upcoming 2 Ultraman movies we're supposed to be getting. Shin Ultraman and the Netflix animated film.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah, well, we know Shin Ultraman currently does not have a set release date yet, so it's going to come out God knows when. I mean, we're already halfway through the year, so I'm going to think that it's either going to come out next year or like late this year. I'm not sure if it'll come out later this year because, again, I think it'd be kind of weird to have it announced suddenly on such short notice. But then again, Evangelion came out on such short notice after its release date was announced a week before said release date.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess maybe there's a chance that we can get Shin Ultraman sometime within the last 6 months, or just maybe they'll say, fuck it, save it for next year.
Yeah, is there a reason why Shin, other than the pandemic, or is it because of the pandemic that Shin?
I don't know, really.
Okay.
I mean, there's no news out there really, so I can only assume that it's because of the pandemic.
Okay, that or maybe they ran out of funds halfway, because it's a much more independent production than Shin Godzilla.
Oh, really?
So,
okay.
Yeah, from what I understand, at least, even knowing that it's sort of a spiritual successor, but we'll see. It's wacky.
Yeah. So Shay also says, Raph and Andres, I thought I'd let you know what my favorite episode of Ultraman 66 are before I go. The Underground Race episode with Teleston was very well done, creepy surrealness.
Oh,
yeah, that was a really good one as well.
Oh yeah, definitely. And yeah, I'm glad that they brought back the underground people in Ultraman X, but it'd be cool if they saw them more as recurring antagonists. And yeah, go ahead and share the rest of the other episodes before you head out for Ultra Church. I'm sorry, that's the dumb thing on my end. So, but yeah.
No, wait, was it? Oh yeah, Shay is the one that's going to church, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's Saturday on your guys' night, so that's Sunday at church. Yeah, Sunday sermons like next tomorrow for you guys.
Yeah, so if anybody, in the meantime, if anybody wants to share their quick thoughts on the first episode of Ultraman Trigger in the comment section, we'll read it before we call it a night. But, Andres, what did you think of Ultraman Trigger?
Yeah, sorry, I was just eating something. Yeah, it was overall it was really impressive. I enjoyed what I liked what I was seeing. It did a decent enough job establishing its very innocent, kind of pure-hearted good guy. It's wonderfully evil, villainous.
Uh-huh.
I like that they established this sort of like mythology. It's pretty much like it's a nice way of, if you're gonna remake Ultraman Tiga, essentially, it feels like a nice way of honoring the past while also doing something new and interesting as well. I'm still not a fan of the whole toyetic approach, although it's nowhere near as obnoxious as what Kamen Rider and Super Sentai does these days.
Big wacky magic wizard sword! Go! Wizard sword mixed with gun bunny, gun tank bunny,
Say
rabbit,
the
go!
change!
Huge drill foot, go! Shoe drill on drill foot, go!
What was it like? Gorilla Diamond best match, yeah!
Killing the monster, go!
It's like you're not even making sense anymore. You're just saying words.
Buy toys! Gooba gooba gabba gabba! Search for the wood was big ba! Rubba dub dub dub!
Bread sandwich, money bread!
Peanut butter and JJ up my hay.
But okay, so there is some of that. I don't like it, but it's handled to a degree where it's not that egregious. A little peeved, but no, not enough to really hamper the enjoyment. I really like the fight scenes, the actions is really well done. Really enjoy that very experimental use of the camera and green screen work. So yeah, overall, it was a very decent episode. And I can only hope that they manage to carry that, because I know a lot of Ultraman shows tend to suffer around the midpoint where it's like the plot isn't progressing, and it's just like kind of gets a little repetitive after a while. It's like the first episodes are interesting because you're establishing all these new things added to this that flesh out the universe and characters, and then the last couple episodes are interesting because then you wrap up all the plot points that everything's been building up to. It's the middle part where Ultraman tends to suffer, and just Tokusatsu shows in general, superhero shows in general, tend to suffer the lot, as you've stated multiple times, where it's like you've already established everything and you don't want to end the stories just yet, so where do you take the story now? And most of the time you just end up saying, oh, here's a new power, and here's another power, and here's a new power up, and here's a new transformation. There's no story. It's just more and more toy commercials. So I'm kind of thinking, I'm kind of scared that it's going to go in that direction, where the story is just going to be nothing but here's the next power up. But I like to be more optimistic because, again, Ultraman tends to handle this better than the other shows.
Yeah. And not only that, but I think, yeah, absolutely, I agree with you. Ultraman handles this better than those shows, because even if like Super Sentai, it just feels like, when the show's given up on its own production value, you just, have people fighting in a parking lot and boom, that's your episode. With Ultraman though, they kind of go out of their way and give you unique or special episodes in between the main story heavy ones. So there might be a through line, but you'll have some really good episodic episodes every once in a while.
True, yeah. Like Ultraman X. Do you remember the wedding episode?
Oh yeah, that was a really good episode. Not just it had a really good plot because we got to know the captain, but also it was really cool that the episode was sort of a less than subtle tribute to Godzilla himself. Because that episode was released on the same day as it was one of Godzilla's anniversaries, because it was released on the same day as the original 1954 movie. And Tuburai Productions decided not only to use Gomez, but to also do that version of Gomez very much as Godzilla if evil Godzilla was attacking the Ultra Universe. So there's a lot of nods, including Gomez briefly getting a nuclear pulse power in the fight scene. But yeah, I was also thinking Ultraman X, the same series. There's it's not a very good looking episode because there's way too much shaky cam in my opinion, but the concept and the comedy is really good. The episode that's basically a Japanese television show following the day-and-day lives of our heroes, and it's sort of like Cops but with aliens in it. So
Okay.
yeah, so I really do enjoy that episode. Or it's like every once in a while you'll just get like episodes that are just really good in the action department, or just really insane funny episodes. Like I think it was X again, where they basically have to start a rugby team with a group of good guy aliens against an alien
Oh,
mob.
I remember that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's like that's the kind of insanity I enjoy.
Oh, for sure, man.
Yeah, so
Let's see. Going back to the comments here, we got Kevin
mhm.
who says, "Hope we get updates for Shin Ultraman and Shin Kamen Rider soon. Now we just have to wait for Shin Go Ranger from Ano.
Well,
Then the collection will be complete."
yes,
Well,
exactly.
technically, Ano did already do his own Sentai fan film called Dai Nippon.
Hmm.
Was it Dai Nippon or Dai Nippon Jin? I
No,
think it was Dai Nippon.
yeah, is
Yeah,
that the
no, yeah, no, no, yeah, yeah. I think it was. Yeah, I forgot what was the Japanese name for Big Man Japan?
No, Dai Nippon. But I know what you're talking about. It was a fan production. It was supposed to be like extremely Japanese Super Sentai versus
It
evil
was
American
Japanese stereo. It's
monsters.
like, yeah, yeah. No, 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 no. The so the villain was just like this battleship bad guy,
Uh-huh.
and like Japan, and like each ranger was a Japanese stereotype.
Right. No, I
um,
know exactly what you're talking about. I'm just trying. Let me see if I can find it on the Tokusatsu wiki. But
Oh no, no. Well, you can find it on YouTube, I believe. I forgot what it was. I think there's like a Daikon YouTube channel, and it has that on there. As
really,
soon as
okay.
I'm done reading, I'll look for it right now.
Okay.
I,
Oh,
or actually, I'll see if I probably have it under my favorites. I'll
and
look for
oh yeah.
Dai
Hold on. Hold
Nippon.
on. At Koke Sentai Dai Nippon. So you're right. Yeah. Let me see if I can find it on YouTube. I'll share it with everybody in the audience. Oh wait, no. Okay, but okay. So here's my thoughts on Ultraman Trigger.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first episode was a lot better than I was expecting, because a lot of the commercials have been showing that the new Guts, or Gut Selects as they're called, and
Hmm.
I'll be perfectly honest, that team looks a little too abrasive and anime-ish silly for my tastes. So I'm honestly
Smile, smile.
oh no, way worse. Like it's like one of the problems I have with Ultraman Tig is just how abrasive the main team of heroes are, especially the one character, the big muscle of the group, who is constantly racist towards aliens, and yet every time he learns an important lesson about not being racist, next episode he's back to being racist against aliens.
Of course, because
Yeah.
there's where do you take it? I guess for the writers, it's like where do you take that character from there?
Mm-hmm. Which is doesn't make, yeah, it's like a little bit of character development, please, but that's not going to happen.
Hmm.
And sadly, a lot of tokusatsu shows feature a lot of abrasive or annoying characters, or just mean for the sake of being mean. So when I saw the early commercials with Gut Selects, it's like, oh my god, this is gonna get grating fast. So
And
I'm not really
sorry.
go on.
Uh-huh. I just sent you the link on StreamYard, and I sent the link in the chat for Dai Nippon.
Oh, good, because I keep seeing a 15-minute version of it and not a full version. Oh wait, here's
Oh no, oh yeah, it's only 20. It's only a barely like 19-20 minute long short film
oh
that he worked
yeah,
on.
okay, just like real Super Sentai shows. But yeah, hold on. Let me write that up. So I'm not really looking forward to the next episode, but I'm glad the first episode just focused on our lead hero and kind of just introducing the world that we're in.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of similar to like how I approached writing Primal Warrior Draco Azul issue 1, available now on Amazon, Comixology, and Kindle,
Mm-hmm.
where it says you focus on the main character, you establish the status quo before you start to introduce the larger cast in future installments.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the big problems with a lot of TV shows. They just throw everything you at once and expect you to buy it. That's why I think the better examples of Super Sentai and Power Rangers are the ones that don't exactly introduce the team right away. It's like
Hmm.
Jew Ranger, they didn't get their Zords at the first try. That's eventually they gathered their Zords and weapons over a course of 6 episodes. Although still,
Yeah.
we got a really cool giant versus robot Tyrannosaur fight scene in the second episode, so I'm not complaining.
Let's see.
Um,
Shay Smithers says the Jamila episode was he. Oh yeah, Shay was sharing his
mhm.
favorite episodes from Ultraman 66. He says Jamila episode was for the Jamila episode for a well done tragic Okay, I guess he meant to say was a well done tragic monster story. The Alien Zarab one, Alien Mephiles, the one with the Yeti monster Wu, the one with Dodongo and the
Mhm.
Mummy. Funny enough that speaking of mummies, what was it? Gridman had its own Mummy episode that plays a big part into Dynazenon.
Yeah, that's another thing I love about the anime. No, let's not get into
the Antler One Night Guys.
Yes.
Take care, Shay.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's already gone from by now.
Yeah, no, thanks, Shay. I hope you watch this later and hear us read. But no, go ahead and look at the other comments.
Right. Warrior King says, I enjoyed Ultraman Trigger episode 1. I hope Kengo improves as a character as the story goes on. Part of me thinks it would have been better if Trigger had been an Ultra taking a human form rather.
Yeah,
Warrior says that a human becoming an Ultra.
We haven't had that in a while. An alien just becoming a straight human. As you know, it's always emerging with another human hero or something.
No, what about Jeed?
Oh yeah, that's right. The kid was half alien. Okay, you're right. Okay, you're totally right there.
I'm like, of course I'm right now. Cody, we got Cody Bratch in the chat. He says there's a new Ultraman show out. Yeah, you missed it, Cody. We just watched it.
Yeah, Cody, if you look at the links in the description for this live stream, you'll find the first episode of Ultraman Trigger. And true to Tuber Eye Productions, it's probably going to be online for free on their channel for the next 2 weeks. After that, though, they're probably going to take it down. So watch it ASAP.
Kevin says Trigger is a great start for any Ultra series. It has the Tiga feel and new stuff. Hope to see more of it. I give it a 7.5 out of 10. Warrior says the toyetic aspect is toned down compared to before, so that's appreciated. And Chimera is awesome. Her upcoming minions seem cool too. I do like the idea of expanding on the Giants of Darkness. And we have Kaiju no Kami again, trying to bring up my nerd cage live impression one more time. We got Kaiju no Kami in the chat. Hi y'all. First, thanks for the mention. I was told you did. Who told you? Who ratted us out? Was it Shay?
No, I think it was Warrior King. Damn it, Warrior King. Also, thank you. Welcome to the stream, Kaiju no Kami. I don't think you've ever been on any of our live streams before, so very appreciated. So it's like having a minor celebrity here. I'm all aghast.
Let's see. He says, secondly, I disagree with those that don't like how Ultra 7, who don't like Ultra 7 because it has too many aliens. It has a lot of variety. Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Yeah, a great variety.
It's just different.
Yeah,
but that's not a bad thing. It's good different.
Yeah, I think it's the same kind of kaiju fans who don't consider King Kong or Jet Jaguar kaiju because they're not Godzilla-ish, even knowing that it's a freaking giant robot fighting a giant... Yeah.
Let's remember these are Godzilla fans. They don't like anything that isn't like specifically about giant monsters fighting each other.
Exactly. And it's like I know that it's the kaiju genre is a supernatural kitchen sink. It's like you can have anything.
Not for Godzilla fans, apparently.
Yeah. I don't. It's as stupid as like people who love television shows with like the X-Files, but it's like, oh, I don't like the episodes where there's aliens in it. That's just ridiculous. I like the episodes where they fight vampires and werewolves, much more realistic threats. It's like, guys, it's a Monster of the Week show. Be grateful that there's variety, and it's not like other shows where it's the same threat over and over again. It gets boring after a while. So
Warrior King Forever continues from his last comment. I do like the idea of expanding on the Giants of Darkness as the main antagonist rather than one-shot movie villains. Yeah, I do agree with that. Kaiju no Kami has 2 more comments. He says, 7 doesn't always fight a villain at the end of the episode. He doesn't always grow big, so there's a lot of variety. As for Trigger, I enjoyed the first episode. The camera work during the fight was amazing. Yeah, that is indeed true there, my friend. Warrior King says, that being said, considering how similar they and Trigger are to their predecessors, I'm still confused regarding how they fit in with the Tigaverse. Yeah, that's my main complaint. As a Tiga fan, I can't help. I know I sound like I'm bitching and complaining about this, but I hate how they're not being upfront with whether or not this is the Tiga universe or is this another multiverse universe, alternate universe, or is this just like a straight up reboot? It's like it's trying to be 2 things at once, and that bothers me a lot, only because they keep doing this again and again with every series.
Yeah.
I remember earlier I mentioned how Jeed is from the Jeed, Z, and Taiga. They're all three are ultras related to the Showa universe, and yet all three, despite being from the original universe, have to have their own universes.
Yeah, and also I think it's sort of a corporate take to get the nostalgia dollars. Because why bring back Ultraman Toro when you can have new and improved Ultraman Toro? So that's
Taro.
Yeah, Taro. And that's another thing. Like, I do love the fact that we are getting like older monsters show up, and they're not just limited to their own little universes. Like Guimera, nobody's going to make a sequel to Ultraman 80 anytime soon. So it's great that he's a recurring monster on his own. But at the same time, I also feel this is an excuse for them just to keep bringing back the same monsters over and over again to save money and be toyetic. Let's just stick to the brand. Because there's a lot of great monsters from, like, as much as I don't like Ultraman Tiga, there's still a lot of great monsters from that show I honestly would love to see come back. Like Sakuna Oni. He's such a great character.
We need to see him come back. I mean, the fact that Planet X Asia made a vinyl toy for him recently that you foolishly ignored.
I'm not.
That might be a sign that he could be coming back. This is the premium shit, man. He's never gonna get another better toy than this ever.
That's okay. It's like I'm not a big toy guy. I'd rather get quantity.
I'm just a big
quality.
guy.
Shut up, man. You little jerk. I can toss you. Anyways,
Laura says, vampires.
Laura, we got to get you and Nick on an episode of Live Stream of Consciousness or a Night Owling, and you can just explain these weird things. Because like we're doing our best to stick to Ultraman. We're not gonna get into the vampires hole yet.
Fuck Ultraman. This is now a vampires podcast.
Andres, no, put that shotgun down. Vampires. I like vampires.
Warrior King says it would make a lot more sense if they were another world's version of Tiga and the Giants of Darkness, parallel counterparts, etc. Yeah, I do agree with that.
Yeah.
That'd be a simpler. It's simply an alternate universe version of Tiga, like like Batman and Owlman.
Yeah.
I don't know why I went to them, but yeah. But they do reference Tiga, so that implies he exists in this world already.
Yeah, I hope it's not one of those deals where then you see this a lot in like bad writing in American and Japanese fiction, particularly even British fiction. I gotta admit, where the events of the original show happen, but it was only like either the whole public forgot about it easily, or there was some mass amnesia, or something as stupid as like Godzilla the animated series from 1998. It's like, what? Don't you know giant monsters are constantly attacking New York? Oh, I was on vacation. I don't listen to the news. It's like, or worse, Doctor Who. It's like, you humans, every time an alien invasion shows up and kills millions of you, you instantly forget about it because something new on Twitter happens. It's like, that bullshit. It's like, it makes the world feel really pathetic and lightweight, and it's sometimes continuity is needed in that regard. But yeah, I hate it when they do that, where they just retcon everything. Like the worst.
I guess that's why I guess that's why Tsuburaya always has a new universe to set their Ultraman shows in, because they want to have everyone forget, but they don't want to pull something like that.
Yeah, but no.
But then again, I don't know why they always want to have a fresh start.
Yeah, no, it's okay when it's its own individual universe. That I can buy. But when it's a direct sequel to another series, it's almost as insulting as the opening of Ghostbusters 2. Where
silly child, there's no such thing as monsters.
Exactly. It's like, oh yeah, the Ghostbusters got sued and nobody believed in ghosts, even though there were like ghosts running around everywhere for like a good year. So yeah, that's what I really can't stand. Like if it's its own individual world and we're starting from scratch again in its own parallel universe, great. I'm glad that this is the first time everyone's ever dealt with a kaiju. But when it's a direct connection, it's like it's almost as annoying. It's the fictional equivalent, and forgive me for using this as an example, as disaster deniers in real life. There was no 9/11. What are you talking about? That was only 4 weeks ago. Or it's like even worse. It's like the Star Wars sequel trilogy. It's like, you mean all those stories that happened less than 10 years ago was real?
Oh yeah, in the span of like 20 years, everyone apparently thought Luke Skywalker and the Jedis are just legends.
Yeah. So, anyways, I was reading the Tale of Camelot, and did you know JFK was a part of the Knights of the Round Tale?
Let's see. Warrior King Forever says, I do think Ultraman handles its toyetic aspects better than other Toku shows, but I do appreciate Trigger isn't another fusion fighter like all the new gen Ultras typically were. I like to see more new Ultras with their own unique looks and abilities. They can keep form changing, but like keep the transformations within reason and give them their own looks, tricks, etc. Like the Heisei Ultras of old. Next we have Cody, who says, thanks, Ralph. Looking forward to watching this.
Oh yeah, I think you will enjoy it, Cody.
And Kaiju Okami says, it was Shea Smithers. He was the one. Note to self, take out Shea Smithers.
He's a dead man.
We can't trust him no longer.
Yeah, you and I get into our little guts jet. It's like, let's find him. Oh no! And Shea Smithers is like attacking the countryside.
Baby, take me higher. Cody says, Monster of the Week shows. There's a crazy monster. Then I'm happy, whether they're Godzilla-esque or not. Kaiju Nakami says, considering Reina from Tiga is Kengo's mother, do you think Kengo's father is Daigo?
Oh wow, I didn't realize.
Wait, that's the same actress?
Wow.
I didn't realize that was the same actress. I haven't seen her since the Super 8 Ultra Brothers movie.
Yeah, God, I hate to say it, but we're all getting old. Everybody I know is getting old and dying. It's like Betty White is 99 years old. She's not going to be with us any longer. So I don't know why I brought that up.
Don't worry. Betty White will outlive us all.
I hope so. But it's a shame. I don't think she'll get that second appearance on Saturday Night Live. Oh.
I don't think there'll be a Saturday Night Live by that point.
You're right.
She'll outlive Saturday Night Live.
Jay Leno's going to take over the show.
So anyway, I'm here to host a show. Have you heard this thing? You've seen this thing? You know?
Oh God! Someone shoot him! Gotta take out Jay Leno.
Does Jay Leno even do anything? Don't bother answering that. Yeah. Anyways, Cody says, wait, no, Kaiju no Kami's, he mentioned Reina and Kengo's mother. Warrior King says, the Tiga monsters I'd most like to see return are Silvergun. Hell yeah, me too. Gagi, oh yeah, definitely Gagi. Galambo. Which one was Garambo?
The Witch Kaiju from the Halloween episode. The Halloween episode?
Yes. Yeah, okay, great one. And the Dino... Yeah, the Dino Weaponizers. Keyroid would be cool, too, as a recurring alien threat. Laura, fuck Ultraman! Classy as always, Laura.
Yeah.
Never change. Warrior says, I hate the mass amnesia trope. That was annoying in Doctor Who, and it's annoying everywhere else. Granted, Doctor Who has bigger problems than that nowadays. Oh
yeah. Oh, my God.
Kevin saying, doing my best Silent Night, Deadly Night, Killer Guy impression. Vampire's Day!
Laura, Nick, contact me, be guests, and we'll go into the vampires.
Have our people talk to your people.
Yeah.
Let's see. Warrior King says, yes, Ghostbusters 2 and the whole monsters don't exist in Power Rangers scene in Lightspeed Rescue, LOL. Warrior King says, Star Wars sequel trilogy, no escaping that mess. Cody says, it's like that scene in Power Rangers Lightspeed Rescue and Lost Galaxy crossover. A girl tries to warn a clerk about some monsters, and the clerk says, there's no such thing as monsters. BS!
Yeah, you get that
Don't
a lot.
Don't you dare say that, Raph. Betty White will live forever!
I
says,
hope so.
You'll never take me alive!
Oh God, yeah, but no, you see that crap happen all the time in like fiction, where it's like even old school Ultraman was particularly bad about that. It's like giant monsters are attacking on an almost daily basis, and in the next episode, silly child, there's no such thing as kaiju. It's like, and like the Gamera series, every movie has to open up with like the older sister character.
Oh yeah,
yeah. There's no such
mother
thing as Gamera.
The mother is like, there's no aliens on Earth. You're just making shit up.
Yeah. What about the giant squids and the bumblebee butts?
Yeah. There was literally an alien invasion. Laura says, "You are our people." That is true.
Okay, so now, but we're going to end this pretty soon. But I just want to say about Ultraman Trigger. Here's my I really did enjoy the first episode. It was really good fight scenes, good establishment of the world. The characters were likable. We didn't know much. We didn't get to know the characters very well, but they were likable enough that I could forgive
just that, like, Ken goes like your typical happy-go-lucky Japanese protagonist.
Yeah, and his whole smile thing wasn't as grating as I thought it was going to be. It's not
Although
like...
I have a feeling it's going to be soon.
You mean like Galaxy? Galaxy!
It just reminds me of like Thomas the Magic Railroad with like what was the name of that actor? What was it? Alec Baldwin? He's like sparkle, sparkle, sparkle.
Oh, it can't be that magical. So, oh, where was I before you interrupted? Oh yeah, Galaxy, Galaxy. I thought you were gonna stop me or something.
No, I like to see you crash and burn, Ralph.
Oh darn it! I'm like a man made of jerky at this point because I've crashed and burned so much. Okay, but no, here's my big fear about Ultra. I've crashed and...
doesn't crash and burn.
No, I say my flesh is like jerky. Basically, I crashed and burned so much. I'm basically the jerky man. Have a bite of me and enjoy me all day.
I think I'm starting to piece together who wrote that puzzle scene now. I mean, not yeah. Anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, no, my big fear about Ultraman Trigger though is that I like some of the elements in the first episode gives me pause because I feel that this might end up being like the Ultraman equivalent of Kamen Rider, current Kamen Rider, where oh yeah, there are cool monsters, but they're secondary afterthoughts because the main plot is going to be Ultraman Trigger fighting evil versions of Ultraman Trigger, much like how all Kamen Rider shows these days are. There's monsters and alien threat, but who gives a shit? It's rivals versus rivals, and they're all in the same Kamen Rider armor. And that's why that last part with the two children of the head of the corporation, and one of them pulls out, because you know that's they're either going to bring out a second Ultraman who's going to be a major rival, but I think it's going to be more like the new take on Evil Tig or some nonsense like that. So I'm a little afraid. Like, it's cool that we have a main group of active villains with the Dark Giants of Darkness. And it was really cool that, what's the name? Not Camilla, Chimera. However you call her.
Camaro.
Camaro. Yeah! I love how she fought alongside Golba. So that
Canyonero.
Yeah, Camaro.
Canyonero.
Yeah! Who's attacking Mars and blowing everything up because he can?
Canyonero.
But yeah, I did enjoy the fact that she teamed up with the monster, and that was nice because usually the monster and the main villains are so separate that it gets boring. But yeah, I'm afraid this might go into like Ultraman Kamen Rider styles of annoyance. We'll see what happens. If the Gut Selects turns out to be a really cool team of misfits as opposed to just a bunch of annoying one-note idiots, I think I may enjoy this series very much. But with that said, it is kind of sad that a lot of the Ultraman Tiga monsters aren't going to be coming back. I know we have Gazoto or Gazort coming in episode 3. That's the creepy higher atmosphere life form that gets mutated into that weird flying frog thing. So the one that thinks cannibalism is friendship. So, but yeah, there's so many great monsters in Ultraman Tiga that can come back. Sakuna Oni would be a great main villain. He has so much personality and backstory and all that. But yeah, the fact that we're getting goddamn oh darn it! What's the narwhal-looking monster? Gubira. He's coming back again.
Gubira, yeah.
Yeah, I like Gubira, but god damn it, that.
I mean, you did ask me to get you a toy of him.
Yeah, that is true. But it's like, how many times can you bring him back in the TV shows? It's like
as long as the suit's still working.
Yeah, is that suit made out of the Golden Fleece? Like, most monster suits rot by that time, and that suit is still in great condition. Like, my God. Did Jesus come down briefly and bless the costume? Gubira, my son, you shall be in every Ultraman show. Oh. That's my impression of Jesus, blessing the Gubira costume.
Giving him the Buddy Christ look. Hey, man, you're all right.
Okay, so that's that. But for the first episode, it does fill me with a lot of confidence, and I really did enjoy that. And like I said, the fight scenes and the pyrotechnics were French kiss, as Win would say.
Oh, true.
So I'm gonna change the title card since we're gonna be ending this soon. I might as well go back to the main little Ultraman thing I made. So
with Ultraman Stan,
yeah,
or Ultraman Randy.
yeah. I like. How about we call it Ultraman Hair Trigger?
Let's see, the last comment here. Warrior says, saying monsters don't exist in Power Rangers is like saying water isn't wet or the world is flat. They've been
Yeah.
invading your world since the 90s, ladies. By the way, do you guys like the new designs for the Giants of Darkness better than the original forms from the movie, or not so much? New hotness or OG? LOL. I don't remember what the original looked like other than Camilla, so I don't know. I think it looks nice. They're both on par with me. It's like one is more simplistic and streamlined, the other's more like armored and more decorative. It's a lot like comparing Trigger to Tiga. One is essentially a more decorative looking version than the other, so it's just like a matter of tastes. Personally,
yeah. I think Camilla looked a lot better in the original movie, in her original. Sorry, I'm getting hyperactive. I think Cammy, we'll just call her Cammy, thank you, Warrior Keen, in her original movie appearance looked a lot better because it was more streamlined, simplistic. Here, though, it just feels like, whereas Ultraman Trigger is a really good how do you say it?
Oriented, yeah.
Yeah, oriented version of Ultraman Tiga. This new version of Chimera, it seems a little too busy, especially with like the weird line things around her boobs and all that. I think that's a little too much.
Really, Raph, for you, it's too much.
Hey, even
for you,
even I was like going, when the mud wrestling sequence was going on. It's like, oh, there's kids watching this. Also, where's the sexy centaur girls? This is Japan, damn it.
Don't worry, you got mud wrestling. Be happy with that.
Yeah, it's like, it would have been even sexier if Golba joined in.
Anyways, Cody said,
Ornate. Thank you very much, Warrior.
Ornate, yes.
Yeah,
thank you.
No, but I think I do think that the new design of Daram, the big muscular red and black guy who's coming in the second episode, he looks a lot better than his original version. Like that's the kind of kaiju suit design you see, and it's like, oh yeah, that guy could not defeat Godzilla, but he's gonna beat the crap out of him before he falls.
Let's see. Cody says, you like to see Raph crash and burn? Damn, Andres, you mean sometimes, LOL. I mean, yeah, I'm not a good person, Cody.
I know. It's like I have a wooden leg because he chopped it off, you son of a bitch.
I keep telling you, Raph, I'm not a good person.
Damn it. Put the axe down, Andres. No. If you only had a heart, man.
Laura says, hey Raph, Andres hasn't seen Phantom of the Paradise, we should fix that.
Hey, if you want, hey Laura, Nick, if goddamn it, let's do a live watch of Phantom of the Paradise before too long.
Or hey, make it an episode of Review Roulette. By the way, be sure to check out the Nick and Laura's Review Roulette podcast, available on Podbeam and all other podcast distributing apps and websites.
Yeah, but no, it's like, well, that's the thing about Review Roulette. It's a per chance basis, so they can't schedule an episode that easily. But no, I would love to do a live watch of Ultraman. A live watch of Ultraman Phantom of the Paradise. No, a live watch of Phantom of the Paradise if you're up for it, because I am thinking of getting back into live watches, especially now that our friend Win is back to streaming and chatting capabilities. Cool. So, because as you, Brayton, and Win, and me are like the four musketeers of live riffing, as far as I'm concerned. So,
Warrior says, I think I like the designs for both camis in their own ways. Dargon and Daram both look legit, but I think Hudram looks better than Hudra.
Yeah, I agree.
Kevin says, I'll tell you the truth, I miss Haruki and Ultraman Z. That being said, I'm happy they'll be on a future episode.
Yeah, Ultraman Z turned out to be a really good series.
So. Warrior King says, I do wish they splurged and made more Tiga-era monster suits for this tribute show, but we'll see how things play out. Cammy versus Cammy mud wrestling match. 2 Ultra Gals enter. Neither leaves clean.
Screw that. Get the Ultra Mother in there.
Kaiju no Kami comes in saying, I've never actually seen Dinah and Gaia before, so I'm looking forward to seeing them through Mill Creek's releases.
Oh yeah, if you want to get a head start on Gaia, I know it's officially available on Verve, which on their free version too. So if you want to start ahead of time, but yeah,
Yeah, and Laura says Ultraman Paradise sounds fucking great. Again, Review Roulette podcast. Check them out. I'm
Yeah.
on a few episodes as
Oh
well.
yeah, if you can share a link, I'll throw it in the description later. So,
Okay,
or if you have it right now, just put it in the chat so everything's
looking
current.
for it.
Okay, but no, I think so. Ladies and gentlemen, this actually turned out a lot of fun. But know that this first episode is a little longer, just because we had so much to cover. If I do this next week with Andres, we're definitely going to try to keep it under an hour or at least under 70 minutes. Because we've already kind of gone through our baggage with Ultraman Tig, I should say. So we can definitely just focus on the episode and talk about our thoughts after the fact. But no, this was I had a lot of fun here, and thank you everybody for showing up. If there's that, yes, there it is. Okay, so I'm gonna share the link to Laura's little not little, it's a fantastic podcast.
Oh, come on, man. Give them more credit.
Yeah, it's like what? I'm sorry, it's like
I'm supposed to be the bad person here.
yeah, I misspeak. Damn it. I misspoke. That's what that joke was about. Review.
Laura says, "Wait, Ultraman has an Ultra MILF?" It's like, yes, yes, Laura. Look up. Sometimes she goes by. I like to call her Ultra Mother, but I guess her official name is Mother of Ultra.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, she's something of an unofficial sex symbol in the world of Tokusatsu.
Yeah, because they keep using her to promote like various women's fashion lines.
Oh yeah, and I hate to say it, of all the female Ultra women, she looks great in a bikini, even though there's really nothing to show.
Mm-hmm. Unless you go by her first appearance, in which case they make some rather interesting design choices there.
No, that was disturbing and terribly made. No, there's a series of really fun commercials where it's Ultra Mother, Pigmon, Dada, and Jamila showing off swimwear, and it's actually more cute and funny. Although Jamila is not doing any favors for whatever she is wearing. So. But yeah, Ultra Mother, the original sexy kaiju girl. So, goddamn, this conversation got weird. Welcome to my channel.
Anyways,
yeah.
Trying to wrap things up, Ralph.
Yeah.
Pull the trigger on this stream. And Kaiju no Kami comes in saying, he appears saying, "Don't worry, my wife did the same thing with Mother of Ultra's name when we recorded our impressions in video earlier." Yeah, I don't know why. Ultra Mother is a much better name. It rolls off the tongue more than Mother of Ultra.
Yeah.
She's an Ultra too. She's an Ultra in her own right.
Yeah, she's battled a good fight. She dealt with Belial and all that bullshit. So
yeah, same deal with Ultra Father. I know I prefer that than Father of Ultra.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, but with that says, Andres, will you do that voodoo you do so well and sell your wares?
Okay, so if you haven't found out already, I am the creator of an indie comic book series called Primal Warrior Draco Azul, which is a giant robot, giant monster indie comic akin to the likes of Mazinger Z, Pacific Rim, and Ultraman. If you like any of those things, be sure to check out my comic. I have the first 2 issues available on Amazon, Comixology, Kindle in digital and physical formats. And also I have a spin-off anthology book, a novel-length anthology called Primal Warrior Draco Azul Full Metal Chronicles, which is a collection of 6 short stories, 5 of which take place between issues 1 and 2 of my comic, and the last one is a bonus story featuring a new creation of mine that may potentially have a crossover in the future with the author of Atomic Rex. And finally, if you want to look up all the latest information on Primal Warrior Draco Azul, you can check out the Primal Warrior Draco Azul Facebook page. You can follow me on Instagram at Kaiju Noir, and you can also follow me on YouTube at Kaiju Noir, where I do my own series.
Oh, we lost Andres. Okay, so in the links featured in the description itself, you'll see the links to the Draco Azul Facebook. I don't know if we'll get Andres back, but hold on, let me make sure that's not just a problem on my end. Something went wrong with... Oh, darn it. Okay, try again. Okay, let's see. The stream's still going. Everything's okay. Alright, we lost... oh, darn it. We lost Andres. Darn it. Oh, there you are. Hey, buddy, you got logged off for a moment there.
Okay. Where did I got cut off?
You said you can check me on Instagram, and then you just disappeared.
Okay, you can check me out on Instagram and on YouTube under Kaiju Noir. On YouTube, I do a series of podcasts and reviews
Hmm.
covering various topics, including film, television, video games, and comics.
Yeah, Fully Endorsed is a great series, by the way, with your
Thank
co-host
you.
Dylan. So that's a lot of fun. So, and the links to Draco Zul's Facebook is in the links in the description, along with the Comixology and Amazon links for Primal Warrior Draco Zul.
Indeed. And I forgot to mention that issue 3 will be coming out hopefully by the end of the year, if not the start of next year. And I got another a full-on Draco Azul novel plan that I'm currently writing right now. Primal Warrior Draco Azul, Soulless Blood.
Hmm. And as far as my links go, again, they're in the descriptions. There is my DeviantArt page where I'm always uploading at least one illustration a week. There is my official Facebook page, ENSHOHMA Lives. Mostly excuse for me just to post a bunch of monster images and monster news. Then there's my official blog, as well as my Patreon and direct donations to my PayPal, if you guys feel generous in that regard. No big deal, though. I love you all. Thank you for coming. I love you all. Anyways,
No KiloCon impressions, Raph.
why do KiloCon when I can do Goldball wants to get in the mud with all you fine people? Yeah, rub-a-dub-a-dub. Oh God, we're not gonna let them mud jokes go anytime soon, huh?
Nope.
Okay. And also in the descriptions, you'll also find other links of interest. From Vintage Hessian, you have two really good videos. Disappearance of Ultraman Tiga, discussing the reason why the original actor for Daigo from Tiga is not allowed to make appearances, as well as the secret history of Ultraman on American Home Video that explains the kind of dark ages and Tuburai Productions' many attempts to try to get into Ultraman beforehand. Other videos of interest includes, that's in the description, links includes Zirin J. Zhou's thoughts on Ultraman. She made it big recently, comparing Chinese tradition and historical fact with the mistakes done in the Mulan movies, for better or worse. Well, she just basically geeked out about Ultraman for the last for 17 minutes, and she brings up a good point. Neon Genesis Evangelion is not a Anno's take on Christian lore. It's just his twisted Ultraman fanfic. So
Right?
yes, exactly.
I keep saying that. He has no opinions on religion whatsoever.
Yeah, that's
nobody in Japan is religious.
All those crosses, that's just crucified Ultra 7 references.
Okay, that's an exaggeration. The majority of Japan is just mostly agnostic while still carrying on Japanese Buddhist traditions.
Yeah, exactly. And also in the description links, there is the recent episode of Welcome to the Basement, a really fun riffing show that looked at the green slime for half an hour, and they generally enjoyed that surprisingly. And as well as the links to Brandsnet Films, there you'll find our Mystery Science Theater versus Gamma Round 2 fan films. Hopefully the third one will be done by the end of this year, if not early next year. As well as episodes of Up Mill Creek Without a Paddle, where we take the public domain movies, edit them down to 17 minutes or more, and just, make fun of it. So definitely lots of good stuff to check out in the links in the description. But everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Me and Andres are still going to burn the midnight oil, or in his case, the late afternoon candles. And I will see you next week. Andres, do you want to try to come along next week?
Sure, as if I can, I'll certainly do so.
Yeah, and if not, then it'll just be me solo talking about my thoughts on the episode, and we'll avoid the live watching. So, but no, thank you everybody, and we'll see you next week for Pull the Ultra Trigger. I'm gonna play some music on the way out, so I'll come and get you in a little bit, okay?
Shwatch!
Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the song I used to open tonight's episode was "Advance of the Monster Army" from Ultraman 80. Composed by Taru Fayuki. So I'm going to play the song in its full 5-minute length just to kind of end the stream, since I know it's a little late on your guys' end. So I hope you enjoyed it. It's a very ominous music in celebration of the monsters attacking Tokyo. What else is new? Good night, folks.